Wild Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud.
Hey y'all, everybody. Hey y'all. Welcome back to the show. That's right, this is episode 1011. What up, everybody? What up, you pretty motherfuckers? And Mike without a microphone. I'm losing my mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What up? What up? Welcome back to the show. This is episode 1011. And even more exciting than that, guys, we have a football game this week. We have a football game in 3 days. 3 days! I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm ready for it. I am ready. We had the Hall of Fame game out of the way last week. We had some Saturday Night Lights this week, over the weekend. And we have a football game against the Green Bay Packers in just 3 days. And why am I excited? I'm excited for plenty of reasons. I mean, you want to see your Steelers get back on the field, but I want to see what a lot of these guys have. The time of reading is almost done. Time of seeing and believing is just at the doorstep, guys. Welcome back to the show. This is Packers Week. This is the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 1011. Glad to see everybody back today. Welcome back to the show. Let's get to the terrible board bright and early today, Mike. I don't want to miss a single thing. I don't want to miss a thing. Not during game week. I don't. No, I don't. I sure don't. And I sure won't. Let's get to the terrible board today. But first, let me ask Mike, how you doing, sir? I haven't talked to you through the weekend. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Survived the weekend.
All right.
I committed to myself that I was going to drink, and I drank. And I
All
had
right.
a nice, relaxing weekend. And I'm back here.
I like commitment. That is good.
Sometimes you have to put a goal out there, and you have to meet and achieve that goal, and I did.
Yeah. I got a little bit to talk about that here, Shirley. It's not regarding you, but it is regarding somebody else on the show. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me say what's up to everybody. Yeah. Steel Loyal. He says, what up, boys? What's up, Steel Loyal? All the way from North Carolina, my man. Great to see Steel Loyal in the Heezy on the terrible board today. As it is game week, guys, this is where the season changes. The year changes for the better. All off season long from way back in January. We couldn't wait to get to this point, and here we are. So we are getting ready. We have all of our game day preparation this week. We're going to be doing unders and overs this week. We're going to be getting into all kinds of stuff. And, Mike, we also do have CBS Pick'ems. That's got to be coming up real soon, too. The season just around the corner, and that will be open for everybody as well right here on YouTube. If you want to get involved in the CBS Pick'ems this year, RB, he did really well last year. RB won the whole thing, so we'll see if he could run it back or somebody could knock him off, Mike. He did very well throughout the whole course, and a lot of people did well, to be honest with you. And people kind of came throughout the season last year. So I'm wondering the people that came throughout the season, if they get the opportunity to play from the very beginning, how it will turn out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I have the league set up. I'm just going to start pumping out the link, and I'll probably start doing that this episode.
When do they actually
there's
start
no preseason games.
Okay.
It actually starts week 1. There is no preseason for it, unfortunately. I thought it'd be cool if there was a preseason option, but there isn't. But I'm going to start putting the link out this week and stuff.
All right, do check that out, guys. It is coming up. Everybody that participated last year, it was a lot of fun. Everybody did really well, actually. So hopefully we get a big turnout this year again. See if anybody can knock RB off. He did win it last year. A thorough showing for RB. So let's see if that continues. Let's get to the board, though. Steel Loyal, my man. Always great seeing you. Richard Jankowski in the house. Brother, always great seeing you as well. Richard, everybody, there he is. Good afternoon. Corey, don't drink that. Good afternoon, everyone. And if you are into conspiracy theories, you can check Corey out right here on YouTube. Whatever your conspiracy is, if it's the government, if it's aliens, if it's Bigfoot, whatever the case may be, just flip right over to Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Corey has ample selection of conspiracy theory content, if you will. So go check Corey out today. Don't Drink That. Right here, Steel Loyal in the house. Already using the emoji cons, looking good. I got to be honest with you guys. Let's scoot up just a hair right there, looking good. My friend, as always, I do want to say what's up to Raul. Raul in the house. He says Rodman is dusting off the wedding dress for the WNBA draft. And you know what? If that be the case, I'm there for it. I've always been a Dennis Rodman guy. I was there for his first wedding when he married himself. I'll be there for any wedding Dennis Rodman has, no matter how bizarre it is. Raul, always great seeing you on the terrible board. We got a game today, brother. Time to buckle in. Time to get ready. The Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting the Green Bay Packers this Thursday, and we have some confirmation that the Packers are strongly hinting that starters will be playing this Thursday. So if there was any wonder, we're going to see starters from the hints that we're getting. It's certainly looking that way, guys. So again, be prepared for some football. 3 days away, if you can even believe that. Steelers Packers right here on the North Shore on Thursday evening. Let's go down here to Just Learning. Always great seeing Just Learning on the board. He says, this is Ben 84 in the Hall of Fame, vote 27. But we're going to talk about that briefly here in a little bit as well. I have some thoughts on this. Steel Loyal, he says, nothing beats the Monday moan. Sheesh, that's right. There's no moan like a Monday moan. Welcome, Steel Loyal. As always, Tortilla, all the way from Sacramento, California, says this: let the women take steroids, play them against the trans women, and watch them both tear each other apart emotionally. Tortilla, always great seeing you in the house. Just Learning says those dudes going to dunk on those WNBA ladies. Hey, might make the game more interesting. Just saying. Tortilla, you should be the commissioner. Yes, you should be the commissioner. Let's go right here to the original OG Yinzer Joe in the house. Great seeing Yinzer Joe, as always, as well. Yinzer Joe says this: do you guys think Kenny Baby Hands Pickett got beat out by a backup? More than likely. It's hard to say. But they have a starting quarterback anyway, so I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says this: I'm coming for you, RB. He says, I'm coming for you. CBS Pick'ems are mine. They're mine. Nobody's going to tear them from my dead conspiracy theory fingers. Let's go right here to Just Learning. He says Ben and AB should be a first ballot Hall of Famers. Dwight White should be in the Hall of Fame. I met Dwight one time, and really, really awesome guy before he passed away, of course. Dwight White. And Tortilla says JPJ is holding out to play in the WNBA, guys. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the terrible board. It's time to get to the Two Dumb Yinzers game week. I'm sorry, Mike, because we were just 3 days away, but we can't start until we do things right, Mike, because last week you had to divvy up and pay your debt. You had to take your responsibilities, Mike, and eat your crickets after you lost the Friday's Duquesne Pilsner what's in the box game. For the trivia, you lost and you ate crickets last week. So this week, Mike, we could only be fair. You did win. You won, and you won a free can of Duquesne Pilsner. So we're going to sit here and watch you drink the whole thing right here on the show, Mike. Let's take a look, see what you got there. Duquesne Pilsner in the house. There it is, baby. Don't get another beer unless it says Duquesne Pilsner right on the can. Mike is going to down this can right in front of everybody.
Down it.
Down that motherfucker. Down the can. And this is to show us that it is delicious, it's scrumptious, and we should not buy any other beer besides Duquesne Pilsner. There you go. Very good. Mike, is that the whole can already? Look at you.
Yeah, almost.
Look at you.
Almost.
There you go. So there you go.
I want to save some.
I held my end of the deal, Mike. So we have one more week. You have one more week of this game. We'll see how it goes next week. Who knows what's going to be in the box next week, whether you win or whether you lose.
What's in the box?
But lots of stuff going on here in the show. There you go, Mike. I do want to say what's up with Squeege, my man. Always great seeing the Squeege man on the terrible board. He says, I've really been concerned about our cap situation, and likewise have I. We'll get into that for a little bit here today. And I do want to also recommend, if you're looking for something fun and entertaining and you like sports, especially football, go check out Squeege TV. Exactly how it's written right on the board in front of you. Go check him out. He has his own projects over there on his Squeege TV. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a big fan. I was talking to Mike with it over the weekend about how much I really enjoy watching these. Go check out Squeege TV today, as it is written on the terrible board in front of you guys. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you like football. Squeege in the house. Always great seeing the Squeege, man. What's up, brother? Lots of things to get into today. Lots of things, Mike, but I do want to start off by saying this. We are 34 days away from the Steelers opening up regular season right here in Pittsburgh against the Atlanta Falcons. We have a game in 3 days against the Green Bay Packers. That number just came really fast because we were like 100 days in X amount of days until the preseason. But, Mike, it is here. It's this week. This is game week. This is Packers week.
Oh God! We finally have an opponent. You know,
finally have an opponent.
I'm glad it's here. I can't wait to actually sit down and watch the Steelers actually play. You can say let's take a look at some of these guys that we've been hearing rave reviews of camp. Let's see if that translates over into the game film. You know, because there's some guys you have great camps. You get out there like, oh my God, what are they doing? And others are struggles. You get them out there and they're playing well. So can't wait to see who's a practice player and who's a game day player.
Absolutely. We're going to learn a lot this week, even if we don't get any resolve, any answer, the answers to things, but we are going to get answers regardless because the Steelers play a football game. We're going to talk today about certain things, who we're looking forward to seeing most on Thursday. We're going to talk about who we feel is done well so far at camp in the first couple of weeks. Mike, as today is the third week kicking off Pittsburgh Steelers training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. They were I know it's raining here. I don't know what it's like over there. Again, maybe if Chris is still in the at camp, maybe let us know. But it is definitely rainy here. I do know that, Mike. They made it over to Memorial Field on Saturday for the big Saturday Night Lights game. We'll talk about that here a little bit more as well. But, Mike, I want to start out with the big news, of course, Mak Iheanachor. It was brought to our attention by Coach Mak that Iheanachor, he wasn't going to be participating today. He was going to be more on a day-by-day, where last week we were told that he would be participating on Monday. In fact, that changed, and again, it went to a day-to-day. However, about 45 minutes later, I see in the same breath, Mike, in the same thread of posts, I see Mak in his pads out on the field doing some individual work, albeit, but still out on the field with his pads on doing some work. Yeah,
and that's what I saw too right before practice was canceled. He was out there just doing individual drills by himself, not with the team. Well, that's a good sign that he had the helmet on, was doing work off to the side. That's usually the step you take before you're back out at practice. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been out there at all, or wouldn't even had pads or a helmet on. He's just been standing there doing nothing. So it's an encouraging sign. No need to rush him at this juncture. Now, if he was a starter and we're getting ready to go into an actual game, I'd be a little worried, but right now at this point, no. I think he'll be fine. But by game time, get him some reps in there, let him play, and he'll be good to go. But yeah, it was just weird, the conflicting reports. Oh, he's not going to be at practice at all. We're going to hold him out, and then he's out there practicing, albeit by himself.
So that is the news. Also in the injury report, guys, Michael Pittman apparently hurt his right leg Saturday at practice. Doesn't seem to be in the Saturday Night Lights. It doesn't seem to be anything of seriousness, Mike, but he is withheld from practice today. That's Michael Pittman in his right leg. Also, I do know that DK Metcalf wasn't put on the scheduled list for today either. Did you say the practice did get canceled, though?
Oh, not canceled. I'm sorry. It got moved inside. I apologize.
Okay.
It blocked to the media and fans, but it got moved into their new indoor facility.
All right, so that's the scoop we have, guys. Max, again, not practicing today, was in pads, doing some individual work. And again, Michael Pittman with a not serious right leg injury, not practicing today. DK Metcalf not practicing as well. But we do have younger people that are coming in for trying out and things like this. So maybe this is what the idea is, probably with DK, or just giving them a day off after the Saturday Night Lights, guys. A few practices this week, and then we'll be back at it on Thursday night against the Green Bay Packers, of course, right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Mike. A couple things right here before we do get rolling. The Steelers, they did get who? What are we doing? Again, Mike, a bunch of camp names coming and going as we go along. Let me see if I can even find what I'm looking for here. Let's go to... I know we cut somebody that we just got.
We cut one of the receivers we got, and then we signed 2 more. And then someone got put on like an injured / the waived list, I believe. Yeah. So we brought in 2 receivers, cut a receiver, and I think it was a lineman.
It's just disturbing me. I can't find it.
Well, while you're looking for that, guys, I did. If you signed up in the league last year for the Pick'ems, I sent out an email re-invite for that, so you'll see that in there. The link should be in there. I can't post the link in the episode because the link is actually too long, too many characters long. So if you're on our YouTube page, it's the very top link in our little description. It'll take you right to the Pick'ems. Or if you want, you can email us at twodumbyinzers.com, and I can send you over the links and all that fun stuff.
All right, so it looks like this. The Steelers signed former Jets wide receiver and teammate of Aaron Rodgers, the UFL standout Isaiah Winstead, Mike. He was on the Louisville Kings team that did go to the championship. Also, let's go right here. They cut Lorenzo Thompson, an offensive tackle, and they also released wide receiver Colton Dowell. So those are, again, that's what kind of threw me off, like with this Colton Dowell and also the other guy's name, Cornell Powell. Was also, Mike, picked up by the Steelers, the wide receiver. So there's a Cornell Powell and a Colton Dowell.
That's a lot of Cornells and Coltons.
It sure is. And again, don't get too worried about learning and remembering. These guys probably won't be on the final 53-man roster in a couple of weeks when all's said and done. But there has been some transactions, some things going on. I also do want to say this. Beanie Bishop to the Bears and Jeremiah Moon to the Carolina Panthers, 2 former Steelers finding new homes around the NFL. Just notable names. Beanie Bishop for sure to the Bears. And again, Jeremiah Moon to the Carolina Panthers. So there is all that, Mike.
Beanie Bishop should be the highest paid corner in the league, baby.
A couple of things I do want to say. Congratulations. A big congratulations to Larry Fitzgerald. He becomes the 11th Pitt Panther to be enshrined into the NFL Hall of Fame. In second place, the Pitt Panthers, only behind a tying Notre Dame and USC. They both have 14 guys in the Hall of Fame, but the Pitt Panthers, Mike, they have 11 in front of Ohio State, who has just 10, and Penn State is catching up with 6, Mike. So, again, congratulations to Big Larry. I kind of wish Aaron Donald – I want to watch Aaron Donald play in Los Angeles, but at the end of the day, I'd like to get his ass into the Hall of Fame, bump up to 12, get 2, because all these great players that come out of Ohio State, Mike, they're trailing those lowly Pitt Panthers when it comes to best players of all time.
Right? It's crazy for how many national championships that Ohio State pumps out, or how great they're talked about. They got less than, like you said, the lowly Pitt Panthers.
That's right.
Okay, doesn't it seem like the curse of Pitt, though? You guys will get like a great player, and the team around them is not good.
No, we don't care. Because when it's all said and done, we're going to talk about our greats, and nobody remembers those. Because at the end of the day, only about 3 teams ever wins that national championship. So fuck it. I'm not trying to get involved in that.
Yeah, if I would be so pissed. We got all these great fucking players. Can we get them all at the same time?
Yeah. And they always got good players. I don't know. They got their own issues. That's a whole different show for a whole different day. Let's get back to the board, though. Lots going on today, guys. Welcome, to the Terrible Board. It's always great seeing you guys. Let's start right here with my man, Squeege. He says this. Squeege, so modest, says, me and I really appreciate that you guys don't always have to bring up my channel, but it really gives me content creator satisfaction knowing you enjoy. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Squeege, I'm sorry. I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't like it. I'm just going to leave it right there. I wouldn't. I would put it to the side and never talk about it. However, I truly do enjoy it, and I truly do want to press and push it for you and make other people enjoy it as well. So therefore, I do. Squeege says this. I'm not sure how much is being talked about. Our defensive line has tons of depth. It's getting there. Absolutely. Rubio might getting some headlines this weekend. We'll talk about him shortly. Also, Yinzer Joe says, I figure as soon as they let Rudolph, Harrison, and a few other go, Cap should be better and trade JPJ. LOL. Squeege says this. We had a pretty big storm today, and usually you guys catch the tail end of it. We had a tree falling over, and we did have some. The skies are yellow.
Yeah.
I don't mind the yellow. They were pink and blue and green and all these other colors the other day. That scares the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, I was worried. I was looking at the radar and like, are we going to have power at the studio?
Yeah, that was my concern too. The more I was working, the closer we got, I thought, okay, we're going to be fine. But it don't look that bad. It's just yellow.
Yeah.
Looks like it's Finch's teeth outside, if you're wondering. Continue right here too. Let's go to Steel Lawyer. He says, y'all think Aaron Rodgers plays a series? I do. I do think that he plays a series. And again, they have, of course, the whole pitch count thing going on with the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. I do think we will see him at least for a series, maybe a little bit more. Who knows what Coach and Aaron got up their sleeves. The GOAT in the house. I see I got a new picture right there on his profile. JPJ, the GOAT emoticon, looking good as always. Tyrone, the GOAT, is in the house. My man, always great seeing you on a terrible board. I know you're ready. We got 3 days. 3 days till we kick the ball off here at Heinz Field at Acrisure Stadium. Guys, again, against the Green Bay Packers in the preseason opener. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, that Squeege, I don't know. They're really generous and truly mean it when they say they want to spread the wealth. They truly like seeing others succeed. Only hosts I've ever seen like them. We appreciate that, and it's true.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, stick around. We're going to do some new things here pretty soon as the season starts, and I'd like for you guys to be involved if you would like. Just give me a few minutes. I'll get into that here shortly. Bingo Winchester in the house. Always great seeing you as well. He says, glad Beanie found a home. Glad Beanie found a home. I think Beanie's going to be just fine in the NFL if he's given the right opportunities. Always great seeing Bingo in the house right here. Steel Loyal says, oof. LOL. He follows it up by saying, yeah, being a content creator ain't easy. I just started and the road had been pretty rough. There's only one. Listen, I mean, I don't know the answer to success. Obviously, just depending on what you consider successful. But the one thing that I do know, guys, is just keep going, just keep digging. And that's the best advice that I could give you from where I'm sitting right now is just keep doing what you do. If you love doing it, you know what, you'll find yourself happy and content, and maybe one day strike it big. And of course, I guess that's everybody's dream. So my best advice to you guys, just keep digging. That's all.
Yeah.
Keep digging. Don't stop. If you love doing it, there's no reason to stop. Let's continue right here. Let's go to I do want to say what's up to OD4OK. Welcome to the terrible board. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. 4OD says this. Good morning, afternoon, guys. Good morning, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. Preparing and getting ready for the Green Bay Packers. Just 3 days away. Bingo says, daughter's flying to D.C. later. Hopefully the storms pass by. Hopefully she has a safe flight. Absolutely. Let's go here to Tortilla. After a long talk with my therapist, we should trade JPJ. Tortilla, I'm sorry. Let's go here. Ty with the Derpies. Looking good on the board. Could always use naked Derpies everywhere you go. Let's go right here to Mark Malone. Need to give some of that JPJ money to Keanu Benton. Let's go here. Ann Mason, he says, Tyrone says we can pay both, Mark.
We can pay Mason and Benton.
Pay Mason and Benton.
Yeah, pay Mason and Benton. Sorry, Ty. I had to. Nothing personal.
Let me scoot down. There we go. I had to see. Listen, on this screen, I don't see my naked Derpies whenever they come up. I just see the code. So I have to stay updated over here.
Derpies. Okay.
Yeah, I need to have the naked Derpies. Let's go right here. Just for you, Mark. There you go. Steel Loyal says. Also, Corey says this. At Steel, you got this, bro. It might take a while to get where you want to go, but if you're passionate about it, it'll be fun no matter what. And that's exactly it. Exactly. Let's go right here to Jamie. Jamie Carlo in the house. Yo, 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 my man. Always great seeing Jamie. Welcome to the Terrible Board. Welcome back to the show, brother. We got a Steeler game in 3 days. I know Jamie's always ready. I do know Steel Loyal says, I appreciate you. Who Corey and finally Squeeze says, to help the guy. That is the new content creator. The thing that made the biggest difference for me is when I stopped worrying about my channel size and just worrying about making content. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Everything else takes care of itself. The other kind of stuff is kind of out of your control. The best thing that you can do is just do the best that you can do and keep chugging along forward. And I think you'll be just fine because Squeegee do have great stuff. I do enjoy it greatly, actually, Corey and Squeege and everybody else. So, guys, do keep up the hard work. We love reading it, love seeing it. Squeege says, if you're not having fun, neither will your viewers. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. Lots of things to get into as Mike's trying to get himself set up on his side again. It looks like the camera
jeez,
a little bit of an issue. I just wonder, I have like 6 complaints, but I'm not even going to get into it. Yes, I am. Derpy. People wonder, why are you so mean to Derpy? Why are you always so mean to Derpy? You remember 2 weeks ago when he's on the show and he's like, can we do this segment where we talk about each division? We're going to talk about every division. We're going to go through each division. And I said to him, Derpy, this is only going to fly if you show up. I'm not going to continue your bit. You have to show up so we could do it. And we'll talk about the divisions and we'll talk about all these different things. But then it always comes to excuses with Derpy. And this has been the problem with Derpy for years. People think, oh, maybe he's just a weirdo. No, I mean, well, yeah, but
well, yeah, he is a weirdo.
It's just his reliability and his consistency. It's a battle. I got to be honest with you. It's a battle to get set up and get things organized and then have him included because, again, you just don't know. He may be here today, start getting on them AFC divisions. But, again, I'm just pointing out because everyone that says that I'm so mean to Derpy, it's not unwarranted, believe me. So, again.
You're actually the nice one to Derpy.
I am the nicest one ever to Derpy. I bet you nobody's ever has been as nice to Derpy as I am.
Like,
ever.
I'm the mean one to poor Derpy.
I bet you got picked on in school. I bet you got picked on in his neighborhood. I got to be the nicest person ever to Derpy. I have to be. Nobody's ever been this nice to Derpy. And look how he treats me.
He treats you like a side piece.
Take the knife out of my back, Mike. Go, just pull it out. Pull it.
You trust me with a knife?
No, but I had to get it out of my back. Let's continue. Let me grab some of these messages and we're going to get to some Steelers, guys. We have all kind of stuff to get into today, as a matter of fact. You guys want to talk about Steelers, I guess. We do have the Packers this week, guys. Big game coming up. Let's check out what's going on the board right here. Jamie Carlo just subscribed to Squeege. Thank you for that to my man, Jamie. Show some love. Steeler Nation, even when it's not about the Steelers, we're still Steeler Nation, guys. Show the love, and we'll get it back. You'll get it back from also within the Steeler Nation. Believe me. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, I remember the first show I saw, I thought Derpy was a special needs kid, and you let him sing the Steelers song with the Steeler polka.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I vouch to never remember that the rest of my life. Thank you, Bingo. Yes, I do recall. Steel Loyal says, if y'all don't pick on Derpy, I'd be absolutely. And there we go again with the Derpies. Looking great, everybody. Tyrone, my man, guys. Let's get into some Steeler talk. Do we want to? I'll get back to the Hall of Fame business because, again, we do have some Hall of Famers possibly coming up in the very near future for the Steelers. The nominees are there. We'll talk about those candidates just here in a little bit. But we have a Steeler football game, Mike, and we do know the Green Bay Packers are strongly hinting towards starting playing their starters on Thursday. And you know what that means in NFL preseason terms. That means a series, the longest a quarter, I would think. So again, we're going to see football this Thursday. Of course, the wins, the losses have nothing to do with anything, but learning about this team, seeing who's in position to move forward, seeing how guys look, just getting an overall assessment from the outside, Mike. Because right now, again, a lot of camp, you're not seeing. You're seeing workouts, you're seeing drills, but seeing the guys on the field playing in real time under the new system. Again, lots of questions still to be answered, Mike. We have lists. I have lists of how people thought that week 2 went in camp. I have a list of how I believe it's Sports Center. They made some calls as well. We're going to talk about all that today as we continue to get ready for the Packers. So much to get into, Mike. Let's start right here on the defense because this is the guy that's been making more news than anybody over the past couple of days. I'd say at least from Saturday Night Lights on. Mike, Gabriel Rubio. Rubio making a strong push lately to make the 53-man roster. Mike McCarthy very impressed with what Gabriel Rubio has been bringing, especially lately, Mike. And just another name in that list of 10 rookies that we're trying to see how many can make this 53-man roster. If he keeps playing the way that he's playing, he's also going to be on that list.
Yeah, this was a guy before what all the injuries happened. His last year was talked about as potential third-round pick in that range, third, fourth-round pick. And we ended up picking up late in the draft because the injury woes. If he can stay healthy and play the way he is, he has the potential to push some of these lower-end guys off the roster. Looking at someone like Logan Lee, who, he was a later-round pick, hasn't done anything. Dean Lowry, who we keep bringing back as a veteran presence. He could push those guys, and he's been getting a lot of reps too at D tackle. And he got Day. Yeah, we signed him to be the nose tackle, but he has the ability to also bounce around the line a little bit. So, and Rubio too, he can play a little end, he can play D tackle. So I'm interested to see what he can do once we get live, because he is having a strong showing at camp. And my God, man, if you can get one of these younger, later round D linemen to come in, doesn't that ring a bell of those early years of Colbert when you're finding D linemen like Aaron Smith, Kiesel in those late rounds, and they turn into monsters. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I know that's a lot of expectations to put on him, but if he can do something like that, be one of those guys that's going to be here for the long haul, I'm excited for it. It's just, he got pushed down due to injuries. Hopefully it's not like Corey Trace where he's looking good and finally gets in there and gets hurt. If we can have the opposite, just get in there and stay healthy and do your thing, I'm all for it, man. I want to see what this kid can do. I know when we drafted him, a lot of us were like, who the hell is this guy? But we start looking into him oh, he was actually not bad before he started getting hurt. And sometimes guys have a little window where they're hurt, and after that, they're fine. Hopefully that's the case for him.
Yeah, Gabriel Rubio certainly making a way for himself, especially as of late. Mike, you mentioned on the board earlier, the defensive line is certainly appearing to have depth to it. And again, this is something that, you want, you need. And it was certainly a question that I have, of course, talking about those middle five in the front seven. They kind of concern me. The group is the same exact group, basically, Mike. So again, if you're going to have change on defense, those five guys certainly going to have to make that change up front. Again, you have Derek Hartman up there. I love that. I love Derek Hartman. I'm loving the progression you're seeing with Y.A. Black again today with the Gabriel Rubio, Keanu Benton trying to work for a contract. So these middle five guys, and that includes your middle linebackers as well, Mike. This is a big key to the defense. Just the secondary is improved. We brought in a bunch of talent there. The offense certainly seems to be improved, but at the end of the day, Mike, those middle five guys on the defense really need to bring it this year because, again, it's the same personnel. So if you want a different result, they have to make it happen because we had this last year. We let up 200 and some yards at a game rushing. Things like that can't continue to happen. Yes, things like that do happen, but they don't happen as much to teams that expect to have themselves a future with the team that they have. And again, just kind of a sign of where we were, where we are. And again, if that improves this year, Mike, that's big because off and on throughout the season last year, there was games where you're like, oh, why aren't we tackling? A couple games early, I think New England was a game that we were having some issues tackling, if I'm not mistaken. And then it went better, it got better, then it got worse, then it got better, then it got worse. And so consistency also for the middle five, Mike, needs to be a talking point and a key for the guys in the middle this year.
Oh, yeah, big time. If you can control that line of scrimmage, I mean, you can do whatever you want to a team. It's football, man. It all starts up front. Those guys can handle business and allow our linebackers and DBs to fly around and do what they need to do. Thing here, if Rubio can step up and play, and then you got Black, Benton, that's a nice and Day. Those guys can rotate in and out, stay fresh. And Benton Harmon and Hayward can stay fresh too. You might see snap counts go down, but production go up. Have a good rotation so that line's always fresh. So they aren't getting beat down. They aren't getting ran all over. Just have a fresh wave coming in every couple series. Guys getting breaks and stay fresher. And then by the end of the game, you can have your starters in longer and they'll be performing at a higher level.
I agree, Mike. Again, we're going to start learning these. If this is what's going to happen, we don't know. We have a whole new system. We have a whole new everything, basically. So we're going to be learning a lot about our Steelers on Thursday. Just 3 days away, guys. Just 4 days from now. Right now, we're going to be breaking down a Steeler game. Unbelievable. Here we go. And then as that happens, you're heading into the weekend and you're starting to get ready for the new and next preseason game. So it's all happening so fast. I got to be honest with you. I love it. Let's grab some messages here, Mike. We're going to get back to some offensive talking points here and a lot to get into today. There really, truly is a lot to get into. We're going to get into it all. Let's go back on the messages right here, though. I want to stay caught up as much as I can. Let's go to I'm going to start right here. Jamie says this Derpy is easy pickings. That's why people this is why people pick on him, LOL, but he's good fun as a Steeler fan. Yes, he is. He's fun Derpy. Let's go to Corey. Corey says this Jamie, yeah, making fun of Derpy is low-hanging dongs. Derpy is low-hanging dongs. Let's go to Squeege. As a redhead, I know what it's like being an easy target. Thank you, Jamie. Squeege says. Let's go here to Jamie. My pleasure. Tortilla says we can probably get a second-round pick for Logan Lee. Jamie says 4 at best, Tortilla. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, Squeege, the beautiful thing is being a ginger is you have to have a soul for it, brother. LOL. Sorry, I had to. I'll never make a ginger joke again. I'm ugly, so be gentle. Let's go here. Maybe a first. Tortilla is rounding into form today, I see. Monday, bright and early. Let's go to Mark Malone. He says, and I do want to say what's up to Mark Malone, the man, the myth, the mustache in the house right here. Mark Malone, everybody. He says, I think they're going to get Mason some extensive work in this one. And again, whatever the layout is for the quarterback, you're going to see a lot, guys. You're going to see a lot of the kids. You're going to see a lot of Mason, I'm sure. And of course, Mike, even now with Mike McCarthy, you're going to see some Aaron Rodgers, which I like this. I want to get a real assessment of my team. Again, going through camp and trusting you that your veterans are going to be prepared to play when it comes down. I'm done with that. I'm a seer more than a believer. I need to see it, and I want to see my guys out on that field. And it could be the littlest amount of time. I still want to see them out there, Mike. You don't want your guy coming in cold turkey at the beginning of the season, not playing a single snap. That's crazy to me. And I think we're getting that fixed this year. So, again, we'll continue to see how that plays out, Mike. I'm sure you're going to see ample quarterback play from every single quarterback in the next 3 preseason games.
Yeah, like a series or 2 for Rodgers, a series or 2 with Mason, and then from there on out, it's probably going to be a heavy dose of Will Howard and Drew Aller, unless McCarthy wants and trusts Mason out there to work with those second team guys so they can get some good looks and good reps in, and then switch it up in the third quarter to Howard and Aller. Excuse me. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles that rotation.
The more and more I'm seeing it with the Howard and Aller competition, Mike. You're basically getting a lot of the same. Some people are saying both are good. Some people are saying one is bad, one is good. Some people are saying neither of them really picking up. But the more I heard this past week, the common thing, it was more Drew Aller. Drew Aller's doing this. Drew Aller's doing that. Again, I have to realize sometimes it just depends on where your source is, because some sources tend to lean one way or the other, of course. But last week, Mike, the big scoop, from everything that I gathered, was Drew Aller had the better week in week 2.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like too. But like you said, it's all depending on where you're hearing it from. From what media members, from what fans that are filming stuff and put stuff out there online. You can tell like certain reporters don't like Drew Aller because where he went to college, and some of them like Will Howard because where he went to college. So there's a lot of biases you have to work through, and some of that. The film that's coming out, it's not the greatest quality. You're not knowing what was asked. If you're just watching the throw, you're not seeing it. Hey, were they under pressure or not? Was the defense really pressuring? So a lot of it's hard to gauge. That's why I'm really looking forward to these games. I just can't wait.
Let me fly to the top real quick. I just want to welcome a new face I'm seeing walk through the door. I do want to say what's up to Ace Boogie. Ace Boogie says this, and I just seen it because I think that it's interesting. Ace says this: Bengals 11-6. The Ravens 9-8, the Browns 8-9, and the Steelers. and I'm going to share some news with you, Boogie, just real quick. I respect your wrong prediction, but do you know the Steelers have not finished in last place since 1988? The Steelers have not finished in last place since 1988. I'm just throwing it out there. The only team, Mike, in the NFL that has not finished in the basement in the league this century.
Yeah.
So again, at the end of the day, I respect that. Again, I don't know if you're being facetious, but at the end of the day, the chances are they're probably not going to finish in last. But my man, welcome to the show, Ace. Glad to see you, man. Glad to have you here, sir.
Yeah, I love the confidence, man. When you come in, you got to come in hot sometimes.
Absolutely.
Announce your presence, whether it's right or wrong.
Sometimes people come in and they want to just dip their toe in the water. They want to see how people are reacting.
I respect that. Tip of the beanie to Ace Boogie.
Absolutely. Who knows? Ace might be a bigger Steeler fan than all of us. Who knows? Again, welcome, brother. Glad to have you. Let's say what's up to everybody today on the board. Welcome, guys. If you're in the house, do hit the like button, hit the sub button today if you can. Try to help. We're just trying to build a little bit here as the season kicks off. And the more eyes that see things and what's going to happen with the likes and subs is it will push the show through the algorithm a little better. And now that the Steelers are becoming a topic again, it will be seen by more people. So again, I'm not a type to ask and beg for things, but do hit the like, do hit the sub today. If you haven't yet, it will certainly help out the show heading into the season. Again, right now, just getting to different eyes and more Yinzer eyes and more Steeler Nation guys is going to make the season a lot of fun. It truly is. And again, we'll help continue to grow the show. So again, we appreciate everybody for everything that you do for the show. You know that. Lots going on today, Mike. Let's get through these messages, and I am going to get to some offense. We started some Gabriel Rubio. Any comments on Gabriel Rubio? Do throw it up on the board. We're going to get to offensive talk as well. Lots of talking points. Hall of Fame enshrined this weekend. We have a football game on Thursday, if you can even believe that, guys. So again, do stick around. Let me go back a little bit here because I missed some folks, and I don't want to miss any folks today. Let's go here to Mark Malone and his extensive work. We're going to go right below that. Tyrone, Mark, why do you want to see Mason, is what Tyrone asks, and many of us agree and would ask the same question to Mark. But Mark. Who knows why he wants to see that? Who knows? Let's continue down. Lindsay, always great seeing Lindsay in the house. Lindsay in with the TJ Watt emojis, looking good as always. Girl, welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. Glad to have you back. We just have 3 days until we see how our team is looking. And again, Mike, you shouldn't expect great things this week. You should expect a team that's coming out and playing in their first preseason game this week is what you should expect. And again, to learn and take a little bit from that, who's looking good, who's not. Again, I do have some people, some opinions that I have written down. We're going to get to that on Mike on how people look so far. But again, the true litmus test for me personally is seeing the guys down there on the field after 2.5 weeks of practice, seeing what they got, seeing how they put it together, seeing how well they're coming along. And again, just 3 days away, we're going to be doing just that, Mike, right here on the show. So again, put on your seatbelts, everybody. It doesn't stop till Valentine's Day this year. So we have a lot to get into, guys. Mike, any thoughts? I'm going to continue moving along on the board.
No, man. I agree with you right there, man. It's time to get these guys in action.
All right, I agree, man. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, don't drink that. He says that Mark Mason always looks bad in preseason. It's weird. It's like he forgets how to play during the offseason, but it shows his inconsistent ability. That's the key for Mason. This is what keeps you a backup, is your inconsistency to play quarterback. But again, he did it for a long time. Let's go here. He also, Corey finishes that up by saying his decision-making will ever make him – there you go, forever make him a backup. And I agree with you, Corey. He's not going to be a starter. And unfortunately for him, but fortunately for him, I'm sure he's made himself a nice bit of money in the league and he'll have a nice life. So good for him. Let's go down here to Mark Malone. He says, who said that? Who said that I did, Ty? Corey says this. Lindsay, hey, what's up? Fight, Tortillas. Trying to get people to fight already. It's Monday morning, Tortilla. People haven't had their coffee yet in some places in the country. Let's continue right here. Let's go, Lindsay. Always great seeing Lindsay. Everybody's exchanging pleasantries. Let's go right here. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, standing in the blue corner, standing 6 foot, 320 pounds, Mark Malone. And in the red corner, standing 5'8" at 210, Tyrone. I like it. I'm going to get that bell, Mike. I swear I'm going to pull my bell back out here shortly. Let's go. Ding. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, whoa, I'm 210. I'm 170. You calling me fat?
Calling you swole.
So 170 he is. Let's go here. Mark Malone says, I'm back in shape now, Tortilla. He says that 320 ain't got nothing on me. Let's go to Tortilla. He says you had to get up to Mark's weight class to fight Tyrone. Also, Tortilla says it's just quiet water weight. Just quiet water weight. Again, big welcome to Ace Boogie on the board. Corey Don't Drink That says at base, do you work for ESPN? Because that seems like copy and paste material. Let's go here to the OG original Yinzer Joe. And I decided Jen is going to be the I had it in, hold on, what is it? OG original Joe. She could be OG Jen, the original Yinzer, something. I don't know. We have to come up with something special for Jen, Mike, because she did get crowned Friday, so she can't She
was crowned queen. She was crowned queen.
Queen Yinzer. Jen, I don't know. I'm still working on it. I thought I had something until I opened my mouth and that came out. In my head, it sounded perfect. I was like, this is going to be good. And I was like, hey, guys, you want to hear something about Jen? And that's what came out of my face.
You're like Stan in the early episodes of South Park.
I'm mentally
retarded. Talking to a girl and just throw up.
Yeah.
What do you mean a little?
Yeah, that's what's going on. Let's go right here. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says, this, Mike, did you pay network commentators to talk bad about Drew Aller? Hello.
I did, but it seems like some of them are not fulfilling their end of the bargain. They're hyping them up too much. But you know what? As a Penn State fan, I want all Yinzers to get the full Drew Aller experience. I want you to get excited, and then for him to rip your heart out.
Just like he does to all the Penn State. Yes. This is what we're going to get. You realize that, guys. You realize what he's done to Penn State for years. He gets everybody all high on emotions, and then he rips your heart out of your chest. Keep that in mind.
He will make 5 dazzling plays in a row, then will run off a string of 20 plays that make you want to gouge your eyes out. But in his defense, he now has a coach that is actually teaching him how to play quarterback. And so I'm willing to give him a chance, but that leash is short.
And being around Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure helps as well. Helps a lot as well. Mike McCarthy going on and on about how much he's helping out the quarterback. So again, at the end of the day, the guys need to be and should be, and I'm sure they probably are taking a lot of advice from Aaron Rodgers.
And from what I've seen from Drew, like some of the video, like his mechanics have improved night and day. Like he looks like a much better quarterback, but it's going to be up here, the decision-making process. And is he going to trust now what he sees? And is he going to trust his mechanics to overcome? Because he didn't do that a whole lot in college. Like the consistency wasn't there for it. Because like I said, he would have great plays, great drives, great games, and turn around and lay an egg. So if he can iron that out, he has a chance.
I mean, they both have a chance right now, guys. Let's get through the rest of these messages, Mike. We're going to get to the offense. We do have some good talking points after this week. Like the guys, they did get together Saturday night. And again, I'm watching the time here. And this started at 6 o'clock for Saturday Night Lights. I'm sure didn't leave much time under the lights because it's still light here 8:30 at night till not, somewhere between 8:30 and 9, you start seeing the decline of light. So I wasn't there. But again, that doesn't feel like lights under the lights to me. But it was what it was. The guys did make it over to Memorial Stadium there on campus, and they did get their Saturday Night Lights in. And we do have some things to get into regarding that as well, Mike.
It felt like under dusk is what it felt like.
You're right.
It was just like the light, the sun was still out, and saw some smoke come across the field. It was not a night practice. I was very disappointed in the aura, as the kids would say.
Yeah, the aura. I do want to say what's up to Tater, and thank you, Tater. Tater as well, asking for folks to hit the like as well. Strange little friend of ours he is, but you know what? We'll take him at the end of the day. Let's get through a couple more of these messages, Mike. We are going to get to some topics. Mark Malone says, I did get out of shape over the winter with all the boozing, but I usually walk around with a six-pack without working out. Not no mo at this age, though. I get you, man. Looking good. I bet there, Mark. One thing that I noticed over the weekend, Mike, I never, ever, 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 ever ever had problems with my eyes. I've always had 20/20 vision. Over this weekend, I've noticed that my eyes don't see words like they used to. I might be, I might need a eye doctor appointment.
Getting old, my friend.
That might be what it is. And again, in my 40s, I mean, it's funny to say, but I'm not really that old. But at the end of the day, I mean, come on. I've never had an issue with my eyes. And maybe I'm sitting in front of the computer too much is another thing that I thought. I'm constantly in front of this computer doing something or another. So I don't know. I'm going to continue to watch. But this is the first time in my life, Mike, that I've ever had to squint my eyes or strain. I'm sorry, to see words.
That's not good.
Never
not good. No, we got to get you some Carson Beck guys.
Speaking of pitchers, guys, there you see Carson Beck. Of course, you've seen him on Thursday night in the Hall of Fame game. Mike, we dug up another pitcher that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Real quick, this is a talking point sometimes on the show. This young man, he's a beauty. I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't put it up if he wasn't a beautiful man. But Mike is going to put up this picture now of somebody. I think you're going to like it. This, of course, is.
I'm getting there. Sorry, my computer's running slow at the moment.
This, of course, is. Right here. There it is. This beauty. Take a look to the left-hand side of your screen, everybody. There is Mark Kaboly. Sometimes you might tune in and hear me talking about the fat man. This is the fat man that I'm talking about, and rightfully so. Look at this dude. He's sitting at a Mike Tomlin press conference. I mean, it's got to be important, right? I mean, is he sleeping? Is he daydreaming? So, again, come on. People say
he's one of the lucky ones to be able to get to sit down, and that's what he does.
Right next to Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
So, again, this is an important spot, sitting right to the right of Mike Tomlin. Go back one more time. Like, I just have to see if there's any drool coming up. There's not really see any stains on his shirt, nothing.
No, surprisingly, no stains on the shirt. I give him credit for that.
So at the end of the day, guys, there you go. People say, well, why do you call this guy the fat man? Why do you – hey, come on, you're so fucking rude. You're inconsiderate bastard. But there you go. That's why. Look at him. Just look at him. Let's continue on. Let's go here. Jamie says this, 22 straight seasons with a winning record. And you know what, Jamie? 40 seasons, 38 seasons without finishing in last place. Steelers, again, not finished in last place since 1988. And the Cleveland Browns, they haven't finished in first place since 1989. So, again, you want to maybe keep that information in your pocket when you're making predictions. Let's go to Bingo. He says, finally get to wear my Howard jersey in anger, kind of. And I do want to say thank you for the GOAT trophy and the 1,000 jewels to Bingo on the terrible board. My man, thank you so much. We appreciate it greatly. Tyrone is reacting to Ace Boogie, saying the Bengals suck, man. Jamie saying, get him, Ty, get him. Bengals been gay, Tortilla says. Even Corey says, everyone give a like, 17 viewers, 17 likes. Get on or be a Browns fan. There you go. And even the Browns fan even gets on and says, hit the like. Thank you, Tater and Corey. Let's go to Jamie says this. Seen a lot of different reporters giving different opinions on how the players are doing. I was wondering if anybody else has seen that. And that's the case with Steeler media, especially Jamie here in Pittsburgh. Everybody wants to try to get get a name and get the story out and get a story better than the next guy. And again, some people were saying guys are doing great. Some people were saying guys are doing terrible. At least, I know. You don't want those four groups of guys sitting together and sitting down and writing the same stories of a Bible. You know what I mean? In the Bible, all the stories, they all matched up. I don't want to try to understand what the Steelers are doing from this media, Mike, but there you go.
You know, either, Drew Aller is going to be the next franchise quarterback, or he's drooling like Kaboly was in that picture.
Well, you know what? That's what Kaboly's going to be saying. He's like, well, this guy's probably going to be the quarterback, and you know what? If it doesn't work, he's not. Like, that's just that wide range of bullshit you get, Mike, especially early in the offseason when he told us that Aaron Rodgers would sign by the end of the week or before the beginning of camp. That was way back in March. So there you go on how that works out.
In the next 10 days.
In the next 10 days.
In the next 10 days.
And if not by the next 10 days, then by camp. And if not by camp, sometime in the middle.
Last year, Kaboly's time frames they kept within the week.
Talking about moving a goalpost.
10 to 12 days. In the next 3 to 4 weeks.
So again, I'm not here to badmouth the fat man today, but I just wanted to point that out. Because again, sometimes people give me a little bit of crap, and again, he deserves it. Two more, Mike, and then we're going to get some more topics here on the offensive side of the ball. Again, welcome to the show. This is episode 1011 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. We're getting ready for the Green Bay Packers to come to town in just 3 days. In 34, Mike, that is Rashard Mendenhall days away from kicking this season off against the Atlanta Falcons right here in Pittsburgh, Mike. Again, I think Ironhead Hayward, of course, Cam's dad, and the Atlanta Falcon, he also wore 34. So we can say that today as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised Tortilla was not all over the Rashard Mendenhall reference. It's been staring him in his Carson Beck eyes all episode.
I know. Tortilla's been waiting to use Rashard Mendenhall for about a year and a half now. And we get the 34 games out.
And he just totally
dropped
he fumbled the ball.
He fumbled the ball away.
Commitment to the bit.
I love it.
Commitment
to
the
the bit, right?
Yep, kayfabe.
Let's continue forward right here. Let's go to so I hope that helps, Jamie. They're freaking nuts up there. They just are. They just are, the media. Let's move forward right here. Squeege says, thanks for the reminder. Usually I hit the like as soon as I join. Thank you, Squeege, as well, my brother. Let's go right here to Tortilla. Every like is donated to Art Rooney's Viagra Foundation. There you go. There you go.
Please rephrase that, because no one might not like anything.
That's true. But we don't have to see it there. We don't have to see his boner.
But now the visual's out there.
Corey says that Ty, you ain't got to lie, Ty. You ain't got to lie. Into Joe, he says the OG Yinzer Queen Jennifer. Queen Jen. I like it. Well, no, with an I and an E.
Here, I'm allowed to say that.
I'm gonna tell her. You wait.
Well, she's going to listen to this, and I know I'm going to get some nasty replies from her.
I'm messaging her right now. What are you talking about?
Let's continue, bro.
I'm going to grab Corey, and we do have some offense to get into, guys. At Squeege, I forgot to because I caught up. Caught up in the content, but I was holding myself accountable. LOL. Those likes really push them with the algorithm. I wish I could hype them, but they might not have that. Let's talk about some offense, guys.
Or you can hype older episodes. They have to be out at least a day to hype them.
Oh, okay.
Can't do it live.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Because I saw him ask that, and I figured once we get around that area, I'd address it. Yeah, it's always like a day later you can hype out the episode.
Let me catch Yinzer Joe real quick. Yinzer Joe says this, so we were actually are we actually saying the Penn State staff and system really didn't help Aller out? I mean, that's what the story has been.
Yeah.
They said he was worse coming out than he was when he came in.
Yeah, and like the same thing could be said for Christian Hackenberg when he was there. He had a really promising freshman campaign, then just tanked. Same thing with Aller, really just did not progress. And now they have a whole new staff up there, and players are alluding to, how much better it is up there. People covering it too are flat out saying like it's like a night and day difference with the quarterbacks of how they're being trained.
They run a funny business up there at Happy Valley. I just got to say, I don't pay attention.
We'll teach you how to shower, but we're going to teach you how to play quarterback.
Exactly.
All about priority. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay.
That's what they say.
Jesus Christ, I feel sick. I feel sick. Let's move on.
You should feel sick. You're going to drop dead in the middle of a segment. Lightning is going to come through and hit you. Let's get to some offense.
Hey, if it helps the show.
I'll take it, but I was thinking about you. I don't know. Call me crazy. Let's talk about some offense, Mike. This was some things about this offense. Of course, over the weekend they had Saturday Night Lights. And at Saturday Night Lights, I don't know if Lindsay is going to love hearing this, but one thing that I do know, Mike, is this was said about Saturday Night Lights. They said Dylan Cook actually dominated at right tackle versus TJ Watt. Dylan Cook could very well find himself maybe not this roster starting, but he's off to a pretty damn good start to his career. And if he goes somewhere eventually that sees the guy's talent, and again, who knows with injuries, we may see more of them than we want to here. But at the end of the day, what we seen last year, yes, it wasn't perfect. He played in his first 3 games, bang, 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 right here, and we've seen good results from him. Of course, you have room to grow. People are going to say, well, this, well, that, well, this. You know what? Myles Garrett, with help, didn't get to the quarterback that day. Myles Garrett, Mike, of course, Smiles trying to get that record. He didn't do it against Aaron Rodgers. And again, he had help. I'll say that. But again, Mike, Dylan Cook, to this point, has then had many things beside people saying, this is the only thing that I've heard negative about him. He just doesn't have enough experience yet. He just
Yeah.
hasn't been around long enough. And you know what? To see the things that you see from a guy like Dylan Cook with not having, and that being the only negative you're getting from him, I like this guy, Mike. Again, he's with us for the year. Who knows what the future of this young man is going to be? But in the case of a backup needed situation, the depth is starting to become a thing, certainly on the offensive line. Mike, the offensive line isn't fully built, but yet the depth is coming along, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're getting some good depth out of the offensive line. And, Mike McCarthy, you're just going to read a quote from him today. This is McCarthy praising Dylan Cook. I'd say Dylan's been consistent, number one. I think clearly, I really felt him in the pass protection first, which is a good thing because, to be able to do that early in camp without the pad. So I was impressed with that. And just like the rest of the guys, I think they're starting to get their pads underneath them, get pad level down. I think he's having a nice game. So coach has been impressed with him, and you're still seeing reports of doing really well in those one-on-ones going back to Saturday Night Lights, and just getting better and better each day. And you got to remember, this guy was a quarterback who turned into an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
I think he's a little older, 26, 27 in that range, but has only played tackle for a handful of years. So him, like Max, is learning as he goes, but had a really good foundation last year. Granted, it was only 3 games, but he didn't look lost out there. Didn't look like the lights were too bright for him. This is someone he start for a little bit until Max is ready to go, or like you said, if we have to, he can be a trade candidate down the line, or nice depth piece, nice swing tackle kind of guy.
Mike, dominated. Dominated is the word that I'm seeing written about what he did against TJ Watt on Saturday Night Lights. Also, I'm reading, Mike, that Will Howard, he had his best performance of the week at Saturday Night Lights. That's also another report. The defense is looking strong. I think you even reported to me, Mike, that the defense has been looking a little bit better than the offenses of late. But again, that's really no surprise. A lot of times that be the case. And again, I'm not too concerned. We'll see more about those particular questions on Thursday, how things are starting to look. And again, we still won't have a definite answer because you're not even playing your game plan. You're not even playing, you're going vanilla on your game call. So again, at the end of the day, a lot of questions are going to start to be answered. But again, there's still going to be lots of questions after Thursday, Mike. And we still have 2 more preseason games. We have 34 days. That's right. We're short and Mendenhall days away from when we kick it off against Atlanta here in Pittsburgh, guys. So again, it's all happening so fast, Mike. A little bit more on the practice from Saturday. Let's go right here. Ray Fittipaldo reports Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson, Mike, he's a mile. I'll buy a mile in front of Jeremy Bernard. Yes, this is up to interpretation. This is one man's opinion. But at the end of the day, Mike, this isn't the only person that I'm hearing saying this. Roman Wilson is really having a good camp, and Jeremy Bernard is having a quiet camp. Again, I don't know if that's bad, but I know it's rather quiet.
Yeah, and hey, if one's having a really loud camp, the other's having a quiet camp, but as long as they both produce on Sundays, I don't give a fuck. But it's encouraging, really encouraging to hear that Roman is having a strong camp because he's someone that we're going to count on in that slot. He is a guy, you get the ball in his hand, he can make plays. And if Jeremy's just going to have a quiet camp and come out and have a quiet season, but productive season, that's okay. I'd rather have a quiet camp than a worrisome camp, whether it be injury or drop passes or not knowing his assignments.
Yeah.
I'd rather give me the quiet yeoman-like camp any day of the week, especially for a rookie. And a guy that's going to have time to develop into his role. And today they put a little bit more on his plate. With Pittman out, McCarthy said that he's going to have more reps, and they're going to work him on the outside. So he's a guy that they're moving inside and outside. They did that with Roman earlier. Said, hey, he did really well inside. Let's bump him up to the outside for practice. So Jeremy's getting that same type, but he's moving along in a nice steady manner.
I couldn't agree more, Mike. And again, things it's camp, and all these things are just so exciting. Let me get back to the board. We have a lot to get into today, guys. Let me stay caught up here, though. Just jump right here. Go here to Yinzer Joe. He says this, Mike. So are we actually saying that Okay, we did get that on Penn State. Let's go to Corey. Corey says this at Mike is the channel settings. Do you in the channel settings are you able to turn on the hype setting? It really pushes the channel. If we could hype you guys, we do, and it's actually after the show. After the show's over is when you're able to do that. So yeah, so check that out after the show. It doesn't let you do it during the show for whatever reason, but we would appreciate it. Thank you, Corey. Aaron Jade in the house with the Rockets, my man. I know it's football season. I know it's football season. When I see Aaron Jade on the board with the Rockets, Mike, I'm ready. That just shot me to Wednesday. I'm already in my Wednesday mode, getting ready for the Steeler game. So much good going on, getting ready for this. Mike Tortilla Jackson says, I heard Penn State makes good penetration. Let's go here. Let's go to Corey. He says that Ryan. Yeah, that's weird. Ever since I got married, I haven't titties as much. Weird. Maybe the revision comes along. I'm just going to continue to move forward right there. Bingo says, "Holy fetal alcohol syndrome."
Wow.
Tyrone says a Penn State coach even said Franklin didn't help Aller at all. LOL. Classic Penn State. Bingo says looks like he needs a nitroglycerin pill. Of course, this is going back to I think Mark Caboli. We shared a beautiful picture of him. Come on, who says I don't do good things for these people?
Exactly.
Let's go to Corey. So that's how my kids look after a bottle. Yeah, my vision has gone to shit too, Mark. And again, I don't know if it's my vision. I stare at this computer screen a lot, and I'm just wondering if that's it too. Let's go right here. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says this. No, I'm sorry. Cody in the house.
Cody.
Just your vision, Mark. What's up, Cody? Always great seeing you. Mark Malone says pretty much, Cody, it's still a panty dropper. I'm still a panty dropper. Maybe I missed something here. Let me go with the hair. Okay, right here. Yeah, I did miss Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe said this is Ohio State going to be better with Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator, or can Penn State be better than the Buckeyes? Mike, I don't know. What's your take on that?
Oh yeah, we're taking the Big Ten by storm this year, baby.
All right,
we're Big Ten champions this year. I'm calling it right now.
I hope for your sake you're right. I hope for your sake you're right. You got Indiana. A lot of people talking about Indiana might be able to run it back. Also, Michigan and Ohio State's always a challenge. Big Ten's going to be tough. Mike, let's go right here to Bingo. Carson Beck looks like Sloth's skinny cut. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Penn State. Yeah, right. And Grizzly Adams had a beard. Tyrone says Ginger Joe, that would never happen. LOL. Aaron says, can you freaking believe 7:00 p.m. on Thursday? We have a preseason game. Woot woot. You know what? Until this morning when I got up, it didn't really hit me hard. I woke up and I said, holy shit, we have a game in 3 days. We have a game in 3 days.
I'm ready for it. It's literally all I can think about.
Yeah, me too, man. Let's go here. Let's go to I heard they're remaking the 80s Cher Mask movie in the cast. Rocky Dennis is going to be Carson Beck. Rocky Dennis. Let's go here. Let's go to Cody. I used to be a panty dropper. Now I got the good old 8-ball and chain. The old 8-ball and chain. I'm sorry. On the weekend, she ties a rope around my ankle to the bed so I don't leave. Oh, hey, man. She knows that you're a lady killer, man. What is cooked? Good way to put it. Good way to put it. That was, in fact, the story out on Saturday, guys. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says Carson's eyes on the side of his head like a lizard. Talk about quarterback vision. That's right. He has the whole panoramic view. He can see the right sideline, the left sideline, the goalpost, and behind him. There's no mistake when Carson Beck is on the field. Lindsay says this. She says TJ is the best. Not buying that. She's not buying it. She's just not, Mike. Doesn't matter how good Corey. Sorry, Dylan Cook did.
Hey, hear no evil, see no evil, right?
That's right. Always great seeing Lindsay in the house. I know she's ready for the big game on Thursday. Let's go right here to Mark Maloney. He says Watt's gonna have a big year, and you know what? I think everybody's hoping that Watt has a big year. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is against him. We're all for him at this point. Everybody just wants it to happen. And again, the more productive he is, Mike, the better. And even going back to that wide receiver comment that Fittipaldo made, and I said it before, I just think that I think if Roman was struggling again, I just think that that's not good for the team.
Yeah.
Because again, you have a 1-2 and a rookie that you're saying this is my 3. This is the best possible guy I have. With Roman playing well, Mike, that now opens it up a little bit more, I think, for the offense. Again, you have 1 and 2. You're having a Roman looking better, and now you also still have that rookie who is growing and is going to get better as time goes. And again, I just think that it's probably counterproductive if he was not as good as the rookie. Listen, I understand good rookies come up all the time, and they're better than players all the time. But this just seems to work better going the way that it is. I'm glad we're not hearing of more Roman Wilson struggles, Mike. I think that you're just adding one more weapon to the offense was a huge concern. Is Roman going to be able to come around? And the answer is yes. So far, so good. We'll see on Thursday.
Yeah, early results this year are looking good for Roman in the offense. And you think about it. There's no pressure on any rookie this year to step up and be an immediate impact. They're all going to be able to develop at the pace that the team is coming.
Right.
You're not forcing Max out there. You're not forcing Jeremy out there. Not forcing Dunker, Everett, any of those guys out there. They're being able to develop and, get out there when we need them. And I like that. Because, if you put pressure on these young guys, some of them will press. They want to do too much, and that can stunt their development. Now they can go out there, practice. If they mess up, that's okay. This is why we're out here. We're not going to, we're going to allow you to grow, but don't make the same mistake twice. And a lot of them, you're not hearing any. If they do something wrong on Monday, they're not doing it wrong on Tuesday. And,
right.
And that's why this class, man, it's shaping up early to be one of the best early classes we've had in a long time for what they're going to be able to do out there, because they're not being pressed into service right away. And I think they're all going to have damn good years this year. And I think Jeremy's going to surprise people. I don't think he's going to have eye-popping numbers, but he's going to be one of those guys. You need to key third down, give him the ball, and look out. If this gets the ball in his hand, let him do his thing.
Absolutely. I do want to say, guys, we are at the halfway point roughly. I'm going to go off topic for just a moment. I'd like to say former quarterback of the Steelers, Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is going to the Detroit Lions. He's signing a 1-year deal there. However, Mike, after Teddy Bridgewater steps away, Josh Dobbs is fighting for that number 2. They could also use possibly another quarterback fighting for that number 2 job. And again, often wondering what's going on with these quarterbacks. Are the Steelers going to keep 4? Are they going to use somebody as trade bait? Are they going to? So again, Mike, things are opening. Again, that backup quarterback position for the Lions, and also, Mike, for the Washington Redskins, they have the big injury out there, of course, with their offensive lineman Tunzel with a torn tricep. So again, at the end of the day, if we're still trying to wheel and deal, I don't know if it's going to be something we're going to look into now with the injuries, but Mike, Tunzel, the Commanders certainly can use a little bit of offensive line help. Losing him is huge. So again, that's just another door that the Steelers can explore if need be.
Yeah, and with we talked about, Dylan Cook, his growth. Broderick Jones is having what we hear has been having ever since he's been back out there. Has been having a really, really good camp. McCarthy singing his praises, saying back-to-back 2 weeks out there of good practices, loving what they're seeing from him. He's someone that, hey, if IMAX isn't ready to go, if he beats out or plays better than Dylan Cook, could he start? Could he be traded, like you mentioned, to the Commanders, since Tunsil's going to be out a while, and he's a key component of that, of what they want to do out there, keeping Janie Daniels upright. So if Brojo and Dylan Cook keep having really good camps and IMAX keeps coming along, a lot of interesting decisions to be made on that offensive line position.
There sure is. And again, Mike, it's it's creating depth and it's creating opportunities as well if we need to move pieces or so again, staying healthy on this offensive line I think is key, Mike. Every year it seems to be a new injury, and again, getting to the regular season without a season-ending injury for the Steelers would be a step in the right direction, because every
Right.
year it seems to be a different rookie or young player that goes out long term, unfortunately. So let's hope that that's not the case this year. Let's continue here.
Oh,
Yeah.
real quick, what we were talking about, like this depth on the offensive line and even at receiver. I don't know if you saw this. I just saw it scrolling through on Twitter looking for some stuff to fill in what we're talking about. The Bleacher Report ranked the Steelers as the number 5 stacked team in the entire NFL.
This is what I'm saying with these reports. So this goes back to who was it, Jamie? Some people are saying things are going to be really good.
Yeah,
Other people are saying things are going to be really bad.
yeah.
And again, this is why I crave preseason football, Mike, because then you can start to
Yeah.
make your own assessments. And how are you going to tell me that one guy looks super and somebody else is going to tell me he looks like he's
Yeah.
failing? That's two totally different things. You're either failing or you're looking super. So again, this is where I really, really get excited about preseason, Mike, because then you can start making your own assessments and getting your own ideas of what
Yeah.
you're seeing, opposed to reading articles and articles day after day after day. Guys, this is
Yeah.
it's so closed.
Yeah, it's like, they have Houston as number 1, then the Rams, Eagles, Lions, Steelers, Ravens, Broncos, Seahawks, 49ers, Bills. That is from a Bleacher Report having the 10 stacked teams, but yet somehow some of those publications also have the Steelers finishing last in the division or third in the division. So like the opinions are wide and vast out there. So take it all with a grain of salt. Just use it all to base your opinion. But some places have the Steelers ranked really, really high, and others think we're being held together by duct tape and prayers.
And again, it's hard to say. It's hard to say until we see him. So, guys, we're just 3 days away from being able to do just that, is making our own assessments, of course. Let me grab some more messages here. Lindsay says, TJ took it easy on him. You know what? I could believe that. TJ took it easy on, of course, Cook. Let's go here to Lindsay. I'm sorry, to Tortilla. Tortilla says, one lung, what soup? One lung, what soup? Lindsay says, this, yes, Mark, in response to Mark saying Watt's going to have a big year. Bingo. Bingo says, Wheezy. Lindsay, of course, tells Tortilla to shut it. Let's come back here to Cody. Cody says probably because TJ lined up on the right all game. Let's go to Aaron J. Aaron J says Watt is going to have 13 to 15 sacks. And you know what? Again, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Let's go to Cody. Cody says same shit, different toilet. Lindsay says haters on your own team. Come on. Let's go down here to Corey. Corey does say this. He says, I'm hoping TJ shuts my ass up this year. I want to see. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't want him to shut Mike up. I want him to shut me up. I want to be happy. Do good, brother. That's all. Everybody's pulling for you. Nobody's against you. But again, for the money you get paid, you're going to hear it if you don't get the numbers and don't get the production that you're being paid for. So again, at the end of the day, everybody wants success. Everybody wants success for every Steeler. I do. I sure know that I do, Mike, especially when it gets down to 53. I want 53 people to be playing their best football no matter what. That's going to give us the best opportunity to win football games on the field. Let's go right here. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, yeah, if we can keep our offensive line from tackling our own quarterback and our trainers from puncturing lungs, we will be in a good shape. When you put it that way, geez, oh man, Mike. Our tackles were tackling our offensive tackles were tackling our quarterback. We're puncturing our own guys with needles. We're punching guys in the head in the crowd. Maybe some of these things will get fixed this year. Maybe.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you need a little adversity. Now, whether you have to make it yourself or it comes natural, you got to overcome that adversity and make it better. And we brought that adversity on ourselves to make ourselves better in the long run. This is a long-term plan. You got to see the end goal.
Yeah. Lindsay says, I can't wait till he does. I'm on everyone, and hey, dude, and that's what I'm saying. Please, if he does it, please bring it. Give it to me, because at the end of the day, that's if we give it all off season and he does well, give it back. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says TJ probably going to take a step back because he actually has to learn something new instead of doing whatever he wants. And without pissing Lindsay off, you know what? That could be right. It could be. We don't know. We will learn. Lindsay says, but yeah, doubtful. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, yeah, but Roman had a good camp last year, too. He has to translate it all on game day. And boy, are you not wrong. Because who else had good preseasons? Kenny Pickett had a perfect preseason. What was the guy? Who was the quarterback last year that got beat up in Ireland? What was his name? He had a great preseason. Skylar Thompson. He had a great preseason. So you're 100% right. You're absolutely, because he's in the one thing that's been used to describe Roman is he's a great practice player, Mike. He's brings it at practice. He's one of the hardest practicers. But at the end of the day, he doesn't see the playing field as much as you would like him to. So hopefully that does change. Joe, you're 100% right. I think Bingo agrees with you. He says, yep. And then right here, Tyrone says, I agree. Yinzer Joe. Let's go to Mark Maloney. He says, man, Roman over Bernard, ASJ over JPJ, Mason dominating. Taco Bell may go out of business next. What is this world coming to?
Oh, I might push Ty over the edge right there.
I don't know. Somebody's getting pushed over the edge on that one. Yeah, so again, let's go right here to Corey. Corey says this, I hope Roman is ahead. He's 3 years in. He better have – I know. You're right. He better have learned something by now. Jeremy should have never been our day one plan. Sitting and learning is more important than an emergency patching. Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, I'm not saying he can't be done throwing him in, as Mason McCormick did plenty fine just as a patch job, an emergency job. So, it could be done, but you're right. You'd rather go more smoothly and by the way that you want it to go. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, I think Bernard balls preseason and wins the job. Possibly. We'll see. Corey says this. He doesn't need that pressure this early in his career. Cody says this. I agree. I disagree. I disagree with Yinzer Joe. Come back up here to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this, but Roman had a good camp last year, too. He has to translate it all to game day, and this is what I think that Cody disagrees with. Tortilla says Bernard's balls. Corey says, yeah, I meant seeing titties. Okay, gotcha. I knew that had to be revised. Let's go. Ty says, shut up, Cody. Yinzer Joe says Rodgers is going to be on Roman's hip side, making sure he gets. And you know what? I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking he is now under the. He's on Aaron Rodgers' good side. So if he F's it up from here, it just makes you wonder. You know what I mean? Because he seems like he's in Aaron's favor. Everything's looking good. So if he does terrible, I think we're done with this guy. There's not much else you could do.
No.
Let's see. He's supposed to. I don't even know if he's into Bernard yet. Lindsay says this. Yeah, don't drink that. At Corey, people put too much pressure on these rookies when they need time to adjust to the league. Cody says gross. Let's see what else we got going on. Guys, here we go. Do you want a list? Mike, this is the list of the winners and losers from week 2, according to Alan Saunders. Mike, this is the list of losers and winners from week 2 of training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe in Westmoreland County, according to Alan Saunders, Mike. He says the winners, according to Alan, and last week, the winners were Peyton Wilson, Y.A. Black, Brandon Smith. Mike, this name continues to surface. You might want to start paying attention to this name, Brandon Smith, while you're talking about receivers, Mike, because the bottom end of that receiving room, he certainly could make his way.
He's been talked about, as a guy that's been turning heads.
Yeah, I mean, I think Christophus was on there talking about how he looked, and he was down there at ground zero. Also, Mike, the winners from week 2, Lou Nichols, a running back that is going to be a practice squad, but I like Lou. Rubio, a good week last week, according to Saunders. Robert Tonyan, the tight end that came over from Green Bay, of course, Aaron Rodgers' former teammate, Mike. And Asezi Watu. Of course, the lineman. Asezi is also the people that had a good week last week. I'm sorry, Mike. And the losers from week 2, according to Alan Saunders, Will Howard, Drew Aller, Weegan, and Dunker. Will Howard, Drew Aller. Oh, there's a couple more. Hold on. Logan Lee and Eli. So those people had these were the losers, according to Alan Saunders last week at camp. Week 2, the losers, Will Howard, Drew Aller, Weegan Dunker, Logan Lee, and of course, little Eli. And the winners from last week, according to Alan Saunders, Peyton Wilson, Y.A. Black, Brandon Smith, Lou Nichols, Gabriel Rubio, Robert Tomlin, Tanyan, and then Assezi. Mike, your thoughts on this list?
That's, it's interesting hearing about the quarterbacks because, as we talked about, other reporters were saying some of them were looking good. Aller was developing the way they wanted him to.
Well, they can still look good and be losers. I mean, I'm
just trying to figure out, what his criteria was for it. Weegan, that's the first I've heard Weegan really mentioned in camp at all. Same thing with Eli. Logan Lee, he barely practiced, so that makes sense because you're not out there competing. You're not doing yourself any favors. But a lot of these guys from reports I'm seeing outside of Saunders, I haven't really heard anything really bad or great about these guys. It's
not saying they were too bad or great. It's just saying these are the winners and the losers.
Yeah. It's just interesting. I knew Dunker they were talking about. Yeah, he has growing pains. This is going to be a redshirt year, so I figured it's going to be an up and down year for him. But some of these other guys, I really haven't heard them looking bad or lost out there. So it's just interesting what he's seeing compared to what other people are seeing.
And the thing is, one more time, I have to throw out there, nobody's looking lost. Nobody's doing terrible. I mean, if you have to make a list, you have to put somebody on it. And again, it's just somebody that maybe isn't playing as well as you thought they were. But again, I'm not hearing anybody's doing terrible. I'm just basically reading what, so consider that as I do read that. I'll have another one here, Mike, here shortly. I'll get to that list. A couple things before we do get to that point. Mike, we do want to mention, and I do want to repeat this, IMAX did get injured on Thursday. Remember last week we did lose our supposed potential starting right tackle with the shoulder, the upper body injury. Coach said he'll be back. He'll be off through the weekend. He'll be back Monday, more than likely. IMAX did not practice today. Coach McCarthy says this there is no timeline. He did not practice today. He's not going to practice today, but there is no timeline. But it still doesn't seem serious, Mike, because you figure originally he counted on today being the day. It's not the day. He says it's kind of a day-by-day, no timeline kind of situation with the rookie Max. So, again, at the end of the day, I'm not worried. And even whether we see him on Thursday or not, I'm still not sure because there is no timeline. And that tells me alone, Mike, that it may be a few more days than we initially thought. But Mike McCarthy at this time saying no timeline on the return of IMAX.
Yeah, I'm hopeful we'll get to see him.
He was out there in pads today.
He was out there in pads, wasn't practicing, and you know how teams are about that. Oh, if you didn't practice, we're not going to put you out there to play, blah, blah, blah. It's a preseason game. Let the guy get out there. If he's healthy, let him get out there and play. What's he going to learn in 3 days that he didn't learn in the months leading up to camp and the couple weeks they've been at camp? If he's healthy, I want to see him out there.
You know? Absolutely. I need to see everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're healthy, get out there. Now, if you're a veteran, a starter, pump the brakes a little bit. But these young guys, just get them out there if you're healthy, go.
Right. Lots of things to get into, guys. Do stick around, Mike. A couple of things right here. I just want to ask this as well. We are kind of the halfway point. Let me ask you, what's your assessment, everybody, after 2 weeks of practice? Because, again, I think we just proved something. Mike, was saying this guy didn't sound like he was doing bad. This guy didn't sound like he was doing great. So the assessment that we're getting is all over the place. So let me hear yours. I want to know what Steeler Nation thinks, guys. After 2 weeks of practice, what's been good? What's been bad? What do you feel? Have you been down there? Did you see things firsthand? Have you been following this every day, reading every article? I want to hear your opinions as well. Anything coming clearer to Steeler Nation yet as far as this team goes by what you've seen in the first 2 weeks of practice? What have we learned so far? Again, it's easy to say this guy is, his opinion doesn't match up with yours, but now I want to hear your opinion because, again, as I'm seeing, Bingo down here, he's still going off on Alan Saunders, and they're still going on. So let me know your opinion because, again, at the end of the day, these guys are there. They're seeing it. I'm just going by what it is that I'm reading. So throw out your opinions, guys, and let me know what you think, guys. Has anything big figured out? What have we learned? What have we liked? What have we disliked so far from camp? Throw your opinions up there. I'll be happy to hear them. We'll be happy to read them. Again, because, Mike, there's always somebody they're going to argue the source. So, as I always say, give me resolve. I don't want to argue with you. I want your resolve. Give me the answer if you do have a problem with what was being said. So, again, throw your comments, your opinions on the board. I will love to read them. Do throw them up here. Let's continue on the board. Let's go to where? I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go to Yinzer Joe. He says, what do you disagree with about at Cody Silva? Yinzer Joe is saying, let's go to Tortilla. Cody disagrees with your voice. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, I agree, Lindsay, but we need at least Max, Bernard, Riley, and Weegan to produce year one, in my opinion. Also, Cody says this, I don't know if just disagree, Sir Joseph. Just disagreeing. That's very Cody-like. There needs to be no issues. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, LOL, oh, look good, LOL. Corey says this, at Ty, I hear you, but we can't keep expecting rookies to come in and make a difference. I know it's a different time in sports, but they're still rookies and still need time to adjust to the higher stakes. Lindsay agrees. She says, right, Mike. Also, know we have haters in here for show. Continue down the way. Let's go right here to Steel Loyal. He says, my Roman Empire. Cody disagrees with Asante Samuel Jr. Yinzer Joe, he says, my voice was too soft. I know I probably should have wrote in capital letters. Tortilla says Roman will be team MVP. Lindsay says, who the fuck hopes someone does bad on a team that they cheer for? Corey says, Lindsay, not a real fan. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says, Roman Wilson is a GOAT. With the emoji, love it. Tortilla says, I hope Broderick Jones fails. Let's go here to Cody. Josh Dobbs is a rocket scientist. He is. Imagine being a rocket scientist and still wanting to get out there and get your head beat in. How smart can the guy be? Oh, I don't know. Who am I? Let's go here to Corey. Corey says this at Tortilla. I don't. I hope he plays great. So we have solid trade bait, whether we want him or not. Him playing well does great for things for this team. Absolutely. Bingo says this, isn't Dobbs like a rocket surgeon or something? He is. He is. He's got the education at least. Burn off his eyebrows. Yes, he does not have any eyebrows. Let's go here. Corey says that Cody, a rocket scientist that can't figure out the quarterback position. All the dumb athletes got it figured out, right? But not the rocket scientists. Let's go here. The dumb football players. Let's go to Tortilla. Nah, I hope Mason and Broderick get tested for PODs and fail PEDs and fail it. Everyone finds out they took steroids and suck.
Oh, damn.
Let's continue down here along the board. I do want to say what's up to Chris. Always great seeing Chris in the house. You still in town, Chris? Are you still in town? Let's go right here. PEDs, of course. We did get that Tortilla. Mark Malone says, we can accumulate the picks we need if we treat Broderick Jones and JPJ. Let me catch what Chris is saying here on the board. Chris is saying, hey, Yins, if Brandon Smith can play special teams, Ben Skoranek may go bye-bye. Brandon Smith and Drew Aller are turning heads. They have connected on a few deep, impressive balls, and Chris must still be in the house. Great seeing you, Chris. Down at ground zero again in Westmoreland County. Tortilla says, I'm sorry, Corey says, Tortilla, you stay trolling, LOL. Let's go. A rocket scientist could have figured out Matt Canada's playbook. I think that might have been like you probably had to be like the opposite of rocket scientist, perhaps, to maybe understand that. Tyrone says this, Mike. I don't listen to Bleach Report. Where'd it go? Their ranks are whack as fuck. Also, Bingo says, I can't believe that a-hole Canada got hired at OSU. I can't get rid of that guy. Oh, isn't it Arthur Smith? Arthur Smith went to OSU.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking there. Bleach Report, LOL. Tortilla says, I know a janitor who sweeps the Jets. Tyrone laughed my ass off. I pepped that. I hate auto. Correct. I think you missed. I think that autocorrect got effed up too. Still Loyal said this dude ran a 4-minute mile while pushing a baby in a stroller. Shaking baby syndrome, Lindsay says. Baby, get off that corner. Let's go right here. Let's go to something. Let's go here to Tyrone. I'm actually serious. Okay, hold on. I missed something here. Dude ran a 4-minute mile while pushing stroller, shaking baby syndrome. Steele says this. He says this dude ran a 4-minute mile while, okay, I know cars that can do a 4-minute mile. They can't do a 4-minute mile. He's saying Tyrone says, hey, that's not funny. What happened to me when I was little? What, Tyrone? What happened? He says he's actually serious. I don't know. We might be getting something funny from Tyrone here shortly. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Laugh my ass off, Tyrone. That's something you keep to yourself. Tortilla says, I know helicopters that can do a backflip. Steel Loyal says, I've done it on GTA.
Samesies.
Let's go to the Hibachi helicopter. Tortilla says also, so it's got to be possible. Steel Loyal. Let's get to some topics here, guys. Again, throw up some opinions. What have you learned? What have you taken in? What do you feel that you've taken away so far from Steeler camp? Again, the reports are all over the place. But what do you feel? Do you feel, I mean, of course, a lot of the news is optimistic. The new coaching staff, the new way that things are ran. A lot of people excited. A lot of people in a good mood. But what did we take? Anything that we take away, Mike? We'll get to our opinions here shortly, talking about what we've taken away from camp so far. Throw it up on the board. I'm curious. Again, I'm curious, Mike, to see what people are, what they're saying. Let's go right here to Steel Loyal. What kind of mood was Alan Saunders in when he made this move? That matters. Let's go to Tortilla. Alan Saunders and Aaron Rodgers are married to the same dude. Let's go down. Steel Loyal says, to impress a chick, do the helicopter day. Yeah, that's right. That's my move. Don't ever call Dunker a loser, Lindsay says. Also, Lindsay says his reporting is trash. Also, Bingo says, wow, Alan Saunders sounds either bought and paid for or is an idiot. This is what I'm saying. Nobody likes any opinions they're giving out of the media. No. But again, can you blame them? The reports are just, it's all over the place. So again, I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know your thoughts on where you think that guys are looking good, where you think the guys are coming short. Steel Loyal says this, if you told Alan Saunders the sky was blue, he'd spend an hour and a half trying to convince you it was green. Let's continue down here to Tortilla. He says Alan Saunders seems like the kind of guy to tell a random child that Santa isn't real. Like, that sounds like your job.
I would never do that to a little kid. Unless they were being an asshole. Then it's like, oh, you know, I find that I'm just going to ruin your whole day.
Bingo says, and acts like breaking news. Tortilla. Tortilla says, Alan always got some shitty audio. Or Steel Loyal says, our defense is going to be flying around from what I've seen. So, Mike, I didn't want to get to this early because I didn't want to get people fighting in a bad mood. But again, I guess all you can really do is consider the source, Mike. PFF. PFF comes out with the top 20 cornerbacks in the league, Mike. Jamal Dean comes in at 11. Joey Porter, 18. So according to PFF, now remind you, these are when you're watching the games this year, these are the rankings that you will see at the bottom of your screen. These are the rankings that will tell you where people rank in the league because PFF does this. And I just want to throw it out there. Let me tell you what PFF said one more time. Top 20 cornerbacks. Jamel Dean, 11. Joey Porter, 18. PFF, Mike, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm just laughing at it. To me, it's just comical. Like, I'm trying to think of 17 better corners than Joey Porter Jr. Well, I'm looking now. They have James Pierre as their number 2 cornerback in the NFL.
Yes.
James
and mind
Pierre.
You, these are the same people that tell you that Cam Hayward is the number 1 defensive tackle in the league. I'm just throwing that out there.
And just because I don't pay for PFF, their top 3 corners, Devon Witherspoon, James Pierre, and Mike Jackson out of Carolina.
And none of the guys I would have named. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like I like Witherspoon. He's in that group of guys like that you can lump JPJ
Nope. Got a little.
and a bunch of guys in that are fighting for that top. There's like probably like 10 guys fighting for that top 8 spot. Devon Witherspoon's in there. Number one, I don't think so. I still think it's oh my god, the guy from Denver. I'm blanking on, but we all know who I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
James
relax.
Pierre,
It's him.
yeah, James Pierre number 2, Mike Jackson number 3. That tells you all you need to know about PFF.
So again, as they're telling you that these things, remember when you're watching the games at the very bottom of the screen when they're introducing players, these are the same people that tell you what these guys rank. So again, Mike, you know I hate PFF. You know I hate PFF. I hated it since day one because again, it just creates a bunch of what it is exactly that we're complaining and talking about today when it comes to the media. Mike, there's just they're all over the place.
Yeah, and Cam Hayward is their number 1 interior defender, followed closely by Quinnen Williams and Jeffrey Simmons. I would have both of those guys over Clam. So
I would have Clam in the top 10, Mike. What? Are you crazy?
Yeah. It's just it's comical. It's funny.
For sure. It sure is, guys. Again, PFF top 20. And as Jello Donut is saying, Mike, damn, we do have 2 top 20 cornerbacks. That's not a bad thing.
No.
But again, you'd like them to be, at least one of them to be considered a little bit high. And again, what is it about JPJ, Mike? There's been a lot of controversy one way or the other. But where does PFF, where do they land at 18 for JPJ?
I don't. That's just wild for me. I know, like what Bleacher Report when they did their top 1,000, I think had Joey Porter at number 27 on corners. But when you look at all the coverage stuff that you can cover, targets, completion percentage, quarterback rating against catches allowed, yardage, and all that, he consistently ranks in the top 10 in all of those, top 5s in others, top 3s in others, number 1 in others. So, and he never ranks anywhere down below in anything else. So it's weird how they're trying to figure this out. And once again, like centers, PFF grades. Everyone agrees that Creed Humphrey is arguably the best center in the league. Then they have Aaron Brewer, number 2. Argument can be made. And then number 3, something called a Tanor Bortoloni, who sounds like he should be playing left back over for AC Milan in the Serie A playing soccer. Like, does anyone ever heard of Bortolini? I think he was shooting up for Italy in the World Cup. It's like, so their grades. I've never taken them seriously, but where some of these publications are having Porter ranked, it's comical. Like, I'm not going to relitigate my argument for JPJ because I've rattled off all the metrics, all the stats where he's top 5 in numerous categories outside of the fancy stat. It's just comical.
But what are we supposed to think when we open up our computer and again it tells us that JPJ is the 18th best out of 20? I mean, what are we supposed? This is the problem. This is some of the problem that we're dealing with.
Yeah, and people take PFF like too hard, like it is the gospel. And what you got to realize too, PFF was bad to begin with. It's even worse now that they fired a shit ton of their staff, and it is no longer even like their advanced analytics that were kind of pretty spot on aren't even as good now too. So it is just a shell of itself, and it sucked to begin with. So it sucks even more now.
How did they get on the national? How are they the scores? It's at the beginning of the football game. Like how?
Chris Collinsworth owns this company. Chris Collinsworth works for NBC, and NBC pimps out the.
Well, that's PFF. Fine, but you're putting in. I mean, information that's so outlandish on the televisions. At some point, somebody's got to. I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, Mike. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we missing? What are we missing? What's the what's missing between?
No idea.
All right. Fair enough. Let's continue to move forward. Let's go right here to Tortillas says, I think this team will only go as far as JPJ takes it. Lindsay says, I dislike people's attitude about the TJ, of course. Absolutely. We feel you on that one. Steel Loyal says, nah, we weren't disagreeing with Alan Saunders. We're just like, I gotcha. Okay, gotcha on that. Let's go to Mark Muller. And I agree. Listen, that's kind of been my theme today is the media. What the hell? What are they doing? Everybody's kind of out on their own, doing their own thing. And again, you can have 15 different opinions about that. Tells me that, what does that tell you? 15 different stories on a guy, and they're all different. You know, what the fuck are we being told? Let's go right here. I just wish we would trade making. I wish we're making progress on a JPJ trademark. Malone. Let's go to Lindsay. She says this: you are going to make Tyrone crash out. Mark, he's been calm today. He has been calm. Let's go to Cody. Cody says this: tangy Joshua. Josh Dobbs. Tortilla says this: my sources told me JPJ will be traded in 12 minutes, and if not 12 minutes, maybe next year. A true Kabuli report. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. I see the Watts emojis looking good. Thunder. Let's go here. Yinzer Joe says this. He says Steelers probably going to wait till after the first preseason game to see what corners look like without Porter. I'm sorry. Then trade him if they play well, which is crazy talk. Let's go. Steel Loyal says LOL. Benny Sco ain't going anywhere. But you're right. I'm sure it's going to play a big part of a lot of things. Seeing how some of the guys play for sure. There's the teeth, Cody. Cody loves Finch's teeth. And as a matter of fact, I laugh about this on my own time because nobody has ever been in the Finch's teeth more than Cody. And I just, for whatever reason, just think it's hysterical. He loves the teeth emoji. Right, Steel, I missed that comment. Lindsay says, Tyrone says, yeah, Benny Sco, a lock to make it, LOL. Aaron says this: what I've learned is that the Steelers are the best franchise in all sports in all of history. And I agree with you 100%, Aaron. Many reasons, actually. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says we aren't even tackling, right? So I'm not really taking anything away from it right now. So I'll hold my opinion until I see and I think we're going to be good this year. And I agree with you. I do agree with you, Lindsay. I think we're going to be good this year. Steel Loyal says, oh, yeah, PFF, baby. And then Lindsay also, her opinion on the, of course, Joey Porter Jr. coming in at 18 out of 20. She says, get the fuck out of here. Tyrone says, oh, Lord. Steel Loyal says, come on, Ron. You know that's our favorite. Let's go here to Mark. Mark says, this is why nobody is offering us anything for JPJ.
After Mark's been saying we can get a first and a third for him all off season.
Let's go here. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
It's the commitment to the bit.
Absolutely. Let's go here. Go to Jello Donut. I do want to say what's up to Jello. Always great having you in the house, my man. Great seeing you on the terrible board. He says, damn, we got two top 20 deep cornerbacks. Lindsay says 18 is crazy work. Putting him at 18 out of 20. I agree. I tend to agree with that. Come on, the guys that let up a touchdown. I wonder how many guys in front of him on that list let up touchdowns. Because guess what? That makes my guy better than yours. You gave up 6 points. My guy hasn't. That, in my opinion, is more valuable. Let's go here. Let's go to Ty. He says, I like Dean, but number 11 and Porter at 18. And again, it is PFF. And again, today is just, Mike, the stories. Please play football already so we don't have to listen to bullshit anymore, right?
Right? Yeah. Well, even then, once we get into live action, you know it's going to be wildly varying opinions too, even by what you can see with your own two eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
You have people and reporters are going to have agendas, and they're going to tell you what you saw was not true.
Let's continue down. Let's go to Cody. Cody says this: Mike, would you just tell kids to go for? Mike would just tell kids to go for Penn State, which is like the same thing. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, damn, guys, RB works for PFF. That's actually mine.
Oh, game ball.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, throw him a game ball.
Who said that?
It was Tortilla. But the thing is, Tortilla he has a trophy case full of game balls by now, and I don't want to not give him one when he deserves it. But I'm going to continue to also give game balls out as well because Tortilla, you're stockpiling game balls at this point. He says pro foot focus, pro foot fungus. Horn sauce Tortilla is saying, let's go to Tyrone, Certain, Stingley, Porter, yes. Gonzo, Witherspoon, Mitchell, Ward, Horn, Sauce, DeJean, my top 10. Hey, you know what? I don't know if I would take any of them guys out of that top 10. I don't know if I would remove any of those guys from that top 10. Let's go here. Jello says, in camp, who was winning the battles, offense or defense? Mike, it seems to me that it's become the defense as of late. The defense has been winning more at camp. Any word on that?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing and reading as well. It's been defense. Like when they do like individual drills, offense will guys are holding their own, but once they get out there 11 on 11, 7 on 7, more often than not, defense is winning, but offense is getting their fair share as well. But overall, it's just been the defense has been better.
That's been it's leaning toward the defense is the information that I'm hearing.
And if you have a defense that's paid, number 1, number 2 in the league, the defense should be winning more often than not.
It helps in baseball. More money you pay out, those teams tend to win more. So again, translate that over to football, we'll be in good shape. That's a sick name. Still Loyal says. Also, Mark Malone says the consensus on JPJ is he's mid. Mark Malone says those numbers are skewed from the Tomlin D. Cody says Cam's top 5. Cam is top 5. Let's go right here to Mark. You make no sense is what Tyrone says. Still Loyal. Yeah, Tomlin's defense was so elite. Mark? Tyrone says, Mark, don't give nobody credit for anything. Laugh my ass off. Lindsay says this. He's top 5. That's all that needs to be said. He has this has been beat to death on this. Absolutely. Absolutely. Still loyal says Mark Malone. I truly hope you're prepared for the day JPJ signs, because all of us are going to dunk on you so hard. Yinzer Joe says this. He says, as long as you drop Porter out of the top 10 and add McDuffie. Tyrone says, oh, I forgot McDuffie. Probably put him over Sauce. Still Loyal says Mark's going to go into hiding when JPJ signs. Mark's a good sport. I think Mark will be here. But it's funny because it's a very good possibility. But at the end of the day, Mark shows up. He shows up despite anything that happens. Mark is always here. So I have faith in him. Let's go here to Hand John, Mike. Hand John, great seeing you as always, my friend. Hand John back in the house, ready for some Steelers. Mike, he says, good news, strike ended after 36 days. Some good with the bad. I am not a union member, but I have until the 28th to sign up part of the contract. Well, I'm glad it's over for you, dude. Getting that done behind you. I'm not sure what you're going to do as far as the union, but it's good news to hear, Hand John. I'm glad that is coming together for you, sir. 36 days. Let's go to Cody. He says, all this Joey Porter Jr. hate has turned me into a huge fan of his. Again, guys, throw me up some opinions. What is your take? Has it been easy for you to follow what the media has been telling you? Have you read conflicting arguments about the same guy within the same paper? Let us know what your thoughts are. How do you feel the Steelers are doing? Ultimately, I feel optimistic. I'm seeing the young quarterbacks going at it, which we wanted. I'm seeing the depth pieces, kind of working out. Seen a couple injuries early on. All in all, optimistic though. Some people tell you that your Steelers are going to win 3 games. Other people tell you your Steelers are going to win 13 games. Is the media hurting coverage? Come on, what is going on with this media, Mike?
All agenda driven.
I agree.
They got players they like. They got storylines they want to push, and they don't ever want to be wrong either.
I agree. I'm going to give you another list here in just a moment, guys. Let's go to Tortilla first. He says this. I wish it was as simple, but people can't even agree on matters like slavery and world hunger. How can we expect them to grasp a problem as big as paying JP? The important stuff, Tortilla, of course.
Oh, God.
Tyrone says, welcome, Cody. Handron says, my opinion coincides with Chris Hullick and also Hullicky and Matt Williamson. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just kind of curious. I'm kind of curious how everybody's feeling about the coverage just in general. I think the media is horrendous. And I've said this for years. I'm glad people get to see it firsthand, because when we say they're like, oh, these guys are doing a show, of course they're going to badmouth them. That's not even the case.
No.
That's not even the fucking case. The cases are terrible. That's the case.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Let's go right here. JPJ is the GOAT. Tyrone, of course, loving the GOAT emojis, guys. Loving them. Looking good. The board is looking pretty fantastic, actually, the terrible board. Mark Malone says all the reporting drove his trade value down. Tyrone says this Porter top 5, Dean top 20. So we do indeed have 2. I think we have 2 as well. Again, positioning, of course, is debatable. Yeah. Let's see, Still Loyal. Mike says, if you think reporting changes coaches' options on players, you're so far out of the loop. I don't know. I think ultimately it doesn't, but ultimately I think it can. Kenny Pickett being drafted in the first round. I mean, there's certainly things you could point back to say, well, you know what, there was influence. The way Mike Tomlin's situation kind of got handled out, finished out. I mean, I think that fans have some influence, of course, at the end of the day. Let's go down here to Steel Loyal. Coach, don't give a fuck what the reports are. Steel TV says, I just got 8 sacks in a game with TJ Watt, and he didn't even level up. ASJ better than JPJ. That is what Mark Malone is saying. Tortilla said, your mom is better than your wife, Mark. Steel Loyal says this. Mark Malone probably couldn't even type that with a straight face. Yinzers Joe says MVP Tortilla Jackson stacking. He is stacking up them game balls. He comes ready to play. You get like that guy. He's just always brings it. And Tortilla has always been that guy, Mike. He's always brought it. And listen, the board always brings it. But Tortilla, he must sit around and think, or he's just really just quick, because a lot of times he'll slide a gold nugget in there on you. You know.
He does, man. He's a game day player.
He's a game day player.
Locked in, always ready to go. It's an all-pro performance.
You're never going to hear me call Tortilla Roman Tortilla Jackson or Tortilla Wilson. You're never going to hear me calling that.
On air, you won't. I've heard what you said about.
Well, that's true, of course.
Yeah. And this is why Tortilla is number one on my friends list.
Because of the butt plug story, or oh wait, you didn't even say anything.
Oh, sorry, yeah, obviously because of that.
Let's continue on.
Shit. Why blow past that one? Everyone needs to know that story.
Mark laughed my fucking ass off. That is Tyrone. Let's get down here to see what Tortilla is saying. As a matter of fact, he says, I keep my game balls next to my 6th bathroom. He's a true Steeler, baby. True black and gold. Bingo says Tomlin's D was screwing everyone. LOL. Mike Tomlin in the house, of course, intervening, saying, slow down there. Whoa. Mark Malone, I can't believe people still think we sign him. Let's go here. LOL. He's here. There he is, Coach T. In the flesh. Mike, why don't you put that picture back up of Coach T, and just for shits and giggles, because again, right here, Coach T, and of course, sleeping next to him is a half-dead slug.
I wonder what's going through Tallman's mind with the Caboli next to him, mouth breathing, because that's not a silent mouth breather.
No,
that's that's what that sounds like.
I could just see by looking at your go back. I want to see could you tell what he's thinking? I could tell what he's thinking. It has to do with double cheeseburgers and bacon and
that's what Caboli's thinking about. And Tomlin's thinking, this is my last year. I am out. I don't care. Win, lose, draw, I'm out. I don't want to sit next to this guy ever again in my life.
He looks like a somebody like on an old Mario game, like one of the guys that you have to kill.
He looks like Bowser's retarded brother.
The retarded brother of Bowser. That's what I was thinking. Put a turtle shell on that guy. Come on, let's go. Somber, my man. Great seeing Somber. For a moment here, he's struggling just to breathe normally. So I guess today kind of turned into a media bashing day. This was fun. I enjoyed it.
Me too. Like, okay, I'm like a big guy. This is no secret.
Right.
But you would never catch me hang mouth with a bunch of people around me sitting next to someone like there to interview and gather information from and be a story, doing my job. Like that is like just the amount
there's so much going on.
Disrespect there
for
everyone involved.
While you're talking about it. Turn it back on for a couple minutes.
Like for me, it's like disrespectful to all the other reporters because you're being able to sit down and be on camera, maybe look engaged. Disrespectful to the person you're interviewing because you're totally disengaged. It's just like, how could you present yourself like that out in public?
I want to know, Mike, the guy behind him, is he getting ready to wipe a booger on Caboli's back?
Or is he trying to pinch his nose because of the stench?
He's getting some of that sit down air puffed up at him.
Yeah. Like there's a lot to unpack.
There is a lot going on in this picture. You're right.
They're very, very much to
the guy with his blue belt on there next. All right, I can't take it anymore. Let's get back to the main.
The gift that keeps.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. Caboli, the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh,
Let's go here. LOL. Cody says this. Yeah, that back sweat gonna stank. But Bingo says that back stank gonna sweat. That bat sweat gonna stank. Let me jump back on the board where we are. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
this thing in the back sweat going down in the crack of his ass, and you know he doesn't wipe well.
And I'm a skinny guy. I get back sweat in my crack of my ass.
Yeah, but you know he does not look like he's a good wiper.
No.
There's a lot of residue back there, and then it starts funkifying up and out.
Oh. And you
It's feeling
figure
like a sewage treatment plant.
by noon, it's like he's already practiced football for 3 days. Let's continue. Let's go right back here. Cody says this, Mike. I hope the Steelers sign JPJ to such a massive contract that the Patriots and Seahawks can't afford their backs. Let's go right here. Let's go to Ty says, no, I could care less. Tortilla says, gone but not blinking. Right here, Yinzers Joe says, ask Mike Tomlin if Khan has a contract ready for Porter. Coach T, if you're still in the house, what's going on with the contract? Still Loyal says, I just go off the film, take everything report, and that's what you got to do. And listen, I like I said, we're just really proving a point with this media today, and again, I'm kind of. What have we really taken away from the media? It's been nothing but a challenge for everybody. It's been nothing but a challenge to try to follow this team. And again, how can this be a good thing? But again, let's continue to move forward. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, when JPJ gets signed, we will probably trade DK. He sucks. Laugh my ass off. Cody, it's still loyal. Let me get down here to Jello. Jello says this. Mike, he says, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this time. Rodgers' demeanor seems like he has a chip on his shoulder. I agree. Also, he goes, if the D is winning or keeping up in camp with an offense led McCarthy, I feel pretty good. And I agree. I'm optimistic. I feel good. I feel good about what's going on. And I'm feeling really good as well, Mike, because we did get, in fact, 10 happy poops. Yes, Somber with the happy poops in the house. Happy poop, Jules. Thank you, Somber, my man. Appreciate it as always.
We had Happy Poop. We had the goat earlier. I think it was with Bingo. So man, you guys love it, man.
You don't look quite as conjoined today, Mike. I was going to tell you the other day. I was watching back through the show, and that thing was literally. It looked like those two conjoined twin ladies. I thought I couldn't tell the difference between you and the dummy. I thought, my God,
I got to change it up. I think the dummy's going to go back up onto his perch. The painting will come back down below because the dummies he looks kind of depressed down there. I think that's what it is.
It looks like he has no neck muscles.
Dude, he got hang mouth.
Yes, he's got
his nose popped off today. I had to put it back on. He's having a rough one. I did not realize my dummy contracted leprosy when he's hiding out under your desk.
Let's go right here. Let's go to this. Cody says Steelers going to pay JPJ more than TJ. Tyrone says, agree there. I'm not getting my hopes up for this defense, but I will say top 5 potential and floor top at 12. Tyrone follows it up by saying, if our defense is at least the top 12, I'm going to be pissed, not going to lie.
Yeah. I think it was Jamal Dean said this defense has the potential to be the best in the league.
Last year they were supposed to be historical, Mike. Yeah. Historically good.
Hey, at least the guys are lowering expectations to something attainable.
That's true, Mike. All right, guys, who wants to get into what let me see, Sports Illustrated. Again, I'm sure it'll be 100 times percent different than Alan Saunders. But this is Sports Illustrated's 10 most impressive Steelers at camp this year, Mike. The 10 most impressive Steelers at camp. Again, I wouldn't correlate it to anything that Saunders said. It's just this is what we're getting with the media, unfortunately, guys. Let's go right here. Let's go to Sports Illustrated. Top 10 most impressive Steelers at camp. Here we go. Not in any particular order, but this is how it breaks down. Sports Illustrated is listing Derek Harmon. Harmon, Mike, is in this list of top impressive Steelers at camp. I'm not down at ground zero, but again, everything I ever see with this young man involved in it has been successful, has been good and favorable for him. On this list, Mike, is Harmon. Also on the list, DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf popping up on Sports Illustrated's 10 most impressive Steelers at camp this year. Asante Samuel Jr. He's on this list, Mike. So far, I have no problem with any of these players. Next person, Mike, also made it on the other list of the winners of last week. Y.A. Black, Mike. This name is coming up more and more as camp goes on, and I like to hear Y.A. Black's name coming up more and more.
From everyone, from code, not just the media, but giving about Y.A. Black's development from last year to this year. And this is something he knew he had to work on, and it sounded like he did.
Let's go right here. Also, Mike, on this SI top 10 most impressive Steelers, but there's not any particular order given, so I'm just throwing it out like that, Mike. Also on this list, Roman Wilson, and so far, I got to be honest with you, this is all I'm hearing. Good stuff, nothing but good stuff about Roman. But the guys were really made a great point on the board earlier, as we've seen Skylar Thompson, as we've seen Kenny Pickett. Really have great preseasons. That doesn't always carry over, guys. So again, something to keep in mind as we continue to watch Roman Wilson and how he may have progressed this offseason. It certainly seems like he's come a long way, and his relationship with Aaron certainly a lot better than it was last year. So again, we're going to hope that all plays together, Mike. Also on this Sports Illustrated's top 10 most impressive Steelers in the so far in training camp, Zach Frazier made this list. And again, at the end of the day, he's going to do what we talk about, Mike. When some players get the clout, they never lose it. Dermontti Dawson had it. Again, there's just guys that are always going to be considered one of the best once they get there. And, Mike, I think Zach Frazier is well on his way to becoming one of those guys. A few other guys, of course, here, Mike. You can't – TJ Watt gets elected to the All-Pro game when he doesn't – or the Pro Bowl game when he doesn't have a Pro Bowl season. These are the kind of people I'm talking about. Zach Frazier, Mike, he falls into that real soon, if not this year. And, again, you're not going to be able to have another conversation about top centers in the NFL until he retires that doesn't involve Zach Frazier's name. You watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aaron Rodgers was singing his praises, too, saying the exact same thing of how, he's already one of the best. And I find it funny. Last year, PFF had him as their number 3 center. All season, he was their number 3 center. We come into this year, Bartoloni, the left back for AC Milan, is the number 3 center in the NFL. So, Zach Frazier, maybe he's getting pushed down that list. They're trying to suppress him on some of these publications. But I also saw Bleacher Report had him as their number 2 or number 3 center. So publications all over are ranging differently for Frazier. But the eye test
surprise.
I know, but the eye test is showing that he is one of the best centers in the NFL.
But apparently it doesn't come down to eye test. It's just somebody has to come out and tell us what the answer is. And if it's wrong, then we have to accept it. I mean, this is what I'm picking up from all this, Mike. Again, what did Zach Frazier do wrong between last year and this year to lose ground? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from the end of last year to now, where no one's taken a snap, he has dropped out of the PFF's top 3.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I thought that he only improved in the way he carried the offensive line to the playoffs. Let's continue on, Mike. Also on the list of 10 most impressive Steelers at camp, according to Sports Illustrated. Next on the list is Jaquan Brisker. Mike, a lot of people anticipating, cannot wait to see this Pittsburgh grown man back in Pittsburgh playing football, of course, from Penn State, time in Chicago, back home, Mike. The Pittsburgh Steelers, he's happy. We're happy. Jaquan Brisker is on the list of top 10 performers at training camp.
I'm excited to see him play.
As am I.
I just can't wait.
3 guys left on the list. Here we go. Alex Highsmith, Mike. He has been named one of the 10 most impressive Steelers in camp, according to Sports Illustrated. 2 left. Jamel Dean on this list again, Mike. And right here, the very last person. You want to take a guess? Who the last person on the 10 most impressive Steelers at camp has been, according to Sports Illustrated, Mike? Let me give you a little, just so you don't make a mistake and name somebody that's already been named. So far, Derek Harmon, DK Metcalf, Asante Samuel Jr., Y.A. Black, Roman Wilson, Zach Frazier, Jaquan Brisker, Alex Highsmith, Jamel Dean. You want to take a guess at who number 10? And again, it's not in any order. It's just the 10th person on the list.
Mason Rudolph.
Not a bad guess. Again, Brandon Smith. So this is a consistent between 2 different people's lists. So again, if you're trying to compare and contrast, Mike, I do know that Saunders did have him in his winners. from last week, and I do know that Sports Illustrated also has Brandon Smith, Mike, in their top 10 of most impressive Steelers in camp thus far. Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith, that was like Christopher was talking about him even before camp started.
He sure was, and he just mentioned on the board today, Mike, that Benny Stoke could be in danger of losing that job if, in fact, Brandon Smith does continue to do what he does. So just throwing that out there, guys, trying to make sense of it all heading into because at the end of the day, Mike, we went through 2.5 weeks of camp so far. What have we taken away? I still need to see the guy. I still need to see preseason. I just have to, Mike. I just have to see it. To get a full understanding for myself. We're going to talk about what we can't wait to see here in just a moment, but I do want to catch up on the terrible board here. Mark Malone says, I think they'll let JPJ walk next year. Hopefully we can get a 3 comp.
He went from, we've got to trade him for a first. Might not get a lot for him now that he's been talked shit on. We can get that 3 comp for him.
You know, Mark, let's go right here to Cody. Cody says Porter probably will get $35 million in his own toilet in the locker room. Now you're pushing.
That's probably what he's holding out for.
Yeah, that's what the holdup is. He wants his own toilet. He's not sharing toilets with the other 52 guys on the team. Let's go here to Ty. He says, Mark, so you want our secondary to be weak? I'm sorry, Tyrone. He says this. I'm second, right, Mike? I forget what that was referring to, but you know what? You can
Cody, you're number 1 on the enemy list. So I guess that would be number 2.
Well, that was Tyrone.
Tyrone. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the name. Yes, Tyrone, you're number 2. Easily, Brett, but easily.
Somber saying that Mark Bully probably sounds like a pug. Bingo says the dude snores when he's awake. The Steel Loyal says, did you finish your paperwork like Mike Wazowski? Of course, a reference to Monsters, Inc. Let's go here to Somber, struggling just to breathe normally. Sick Jones, what up, my man? All the way from across the country. Sick says, good morning, motherfuckers. How the fuck is everyone doing? Let's fucking go. Welcome to you, Sick. Always great seeing you, my man. We are 3 days away from a Steeler football game, and it's going to be on national television, guys, so do not forget. We'll all be able to see that. Let's go down to right here where Yinzers says the only way we tell if this team is better on both sides of the ball is going to be on game days. We can't tell anything right now. One day the offense, and that's what I'm saying. And that's unfortunately that's what people are buying into, and it's day by day. It is day by day. Let's go right here. Let's go to Somber. He says still holding up the phone though. The 2-finger method. Still holding up the phone though. 2-finger method. Cody says that guy definitely can't take a dump while talking to his lady. LOL. Bingo says, yeah, that's what backs went.
Did he say holding up the phone? 2-finger method?
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because kids nowadays go like this.
Oh, yeah. They don't have this. They only know this.
I have this. I got this.
Interesting. Let's continue down. Here's where Bingo talks about his back sweat. It's got to stank. Next question. We're just 3 days away, Mike. What are you most anticipating from Thursday's game? I mean, I'm sure there's 15 things. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see the offensive line. I can't wait to see the middle of the defense. I can't wait to see the young guys. I can't wait to see the rookies. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see free agents. I can't wait to see. What's your main? And there's no wrong answer because, like I said, I know you have 15 things. What primarily are you looking forward to watching the Steelers this Thursday night?
It's not going to be any real player. It's going to be how well they operate. I want to see how they're getting in and out of the huddle. I want to see how they're communicating on defense. I want to see how well that offensive line as a whole is looking early on. I want to see how comfortable Rodgers is with that line and with the receivers. Like, this is the overall process of it, especially from like the first and second teams. Because those are the guys that are going to get a lot of snaps throughout the season. I want to see how they're moving and grooving as a unit. Then, like once we get into like a Will Howard, Drew Aller, see how those guys are looking individually, how a Dalen Everett's going to look in live action. But my most important thing is I want to see how the team offense is running, first team offense, first team defense are running. Those little things that we've talked about the past couple of years that we want to see fixed. I want to see how they're being addressed now under the new regime.
Yeah, my thing is this, Mike. I'm going to look for the differences. I'm going to look for things that are going to tell me, that are giving me answers by the new system, the new
Yeah.
coaches, the new coordinators. Again, I'm going to kind of look through answers through that. We're not going to get. There's nothing that is going to be revealed about how this team is going to perform this year. It's going to be the play call is going to be totally different. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to kind of watch, as you said, you're just trying to watch the system play out. As far as the one person I want to see. I want to see Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
I want to see Jeremy Bernard just because, again, if you're talking about somebody that hasn't been on the team, this is who I want to see most. If I had to take somebody, and if I had to pick somebody that I can't wait to see more than anybody else that's on the team already, I'm ready to see some more YA Black from last year. And again, this doesn't include any other people on the team, because there is about 15 things that I do want to see. But if I have to name you something right now, newcomers, Jeremy Bernard, YA Black, I want to see, where he is in his process, Mike, because he's going to be a big part of the middle of that defense, and he's such a big guy. So again, seeing those two, again, at the end of the day, let us know who you were most excited to see this Thursday, as the Steelers and the Green Bay Packers go at it on the north side, 7 o'clock, I do believe. Is it 7? Yeah, 7 o'clock on Thursday. Also, Mike, you know what I'm going to do? Matter of fact, why don't you give your take on just continue that conversation one more? I'm going to pull up the schedule just to kind of blow through the other games also going on this week, even though they are just preseason.
Yeah, it piggyback off what Ryan said, like some of the players I want to see. Obviously, Jeremy, the two young quarterbacks. I want to see how Dunker's looking. Today, McCarthy was saying he's looking really, really good in the run game, but the pass game not looking up to snuff. So I want to see how he fares in live action against the run there. Like I said, Dalen Everett on defense. I want to Rubio. Marco Rubio. How's he doing?
Did you say Marco Rubio?
Yeah. I would see how well little Marco is going to hold up against NFL offensive lines. Like, is he going to be a steal of the draft? And Robert Spears Jennings in the back end at safety. He's been getting some first team reps with some of the guys out. Let's see if he's the real deal. And then you got the hopefully exciting whites, and Christian McCaffrey clone and Legion. I want to see those guys. So more or less the entire rookie class. Because been hearing some good things, some not so great things about some of the guys at the latter end of the draft, but I want to see how they perform when the lights are on. That's the key, man.
What about Ted Cruz, Mike? He's coming back for the Pirates this week, right?
Hey, Ted Cruz coming back off the IR. I'm looking forward to that too. I always forget his first name. I always forget that it's Gabe. I just like Marco pops in my head. It's easy to go with.
This is what it looks like this week, guys. 7 o'clock starts. The Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Green Bay Packers. The Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Detroit Lions. The only 7:30 start on Thursday is New England hosting Indianapolis. 8 o'clock starts. The Raiders hosting Arizona. Houston hosting the Chargers. And 9 o'clock start is Tennessee at San Francisco. There's 3 games on Friday. Denver at Atlanta. Tampa Bay at the Jets, in Miami at Washington. And then finally on Saturday, that weekend wraps up for the NFL and its full opening week of the preseason. Mike, Carolina at Buffalo, Cleveland at Chicago, Minnesota at the Giants, the Rams at Kansas City, Jacksonville at New Orleans, Philadelphia at Baltimore, and finally Dallas at Seattle is the 8 o'clock game on Saturday. That will be the late game in the NFL this week in the first full week of preseason football games in the NFL. A lot going on, guys. Mike, you did mention, of course, the little guy. You talked about Eli just for a moment. Offensive coordinator, he says this about Eli. He wants him to be battle tested, Mike, for this roster fight. I'm sorry. He says we're going to stress him out as much as we can back there to get this guy mentally prepared to see if he could really bring it, and we're not just going to bring a guy in who maybe doesn't deserve to be here, Mike. They're really, really pushing Eli to see if he's got it or not.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. If the measurables are there, might as well, like they said, put him under that stress, see if he can earn that spot. Because a couple guys in front of him, they have ability, man. This isn't Navy where you're going to be head and shoulders better than everyone else. You got to see what you can do. I'm interested to see what he can do. You know, he has those good measurables. He has some good tape, even against the better competition Navy faced. But now it's a whole different ball game. And if you want to keep that fairy tale story going, man, you got to step up.
A few more, Mike.
Real quick,
Yeah.
You're going over the schedule and the games coming up. Everyone, I put our email address into the chat if you want to do the pick'ems. I cannot put the link in the chat because it is too long. So email me, like pick'ems in the subject line, and I can email you the link for the NFL pick'ems that will start week 1.
Didn't you have it like out on the main part of the YouTube page?
I also have it on the main page too. You can click into it. If you can't find it, you can always email us too.
See, there you go. That should be a little bit more less complicated, guys.
Yeah.
If you just go
I know, like last year, people emailed me and others just clicked the link. So
if you would just go to the regular YouTube page of us, you should see the link right at the top there. It should be very simple. If not, then you could continue to do the complicated procedure that Mike did put in front of you. But you can just go right back out right here on our page, click the little logo of ours, and it'll take you right back. And you should have that link there, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get back in it. Mike, we had a whole bunch of people that got involved in the pick'ems last year. And then, as I said, it went really well. It went really well.
Dude, I pulled up the list of the league to send out the email reminder, and there was more names than I remembered on there, man. Because like you said at the end, everyone was hopping on.
They sure were. Let's get through some of the messages here, Mike. Let's go to. I think we could still need Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe, does it mean if our offense balls out that our defense needs work, or what if the defense stops everything right now? Does it mean the offense sucks? We can't measure it all. You're sure right? We can't. Still a long way to go. We still got 3 preseason games. If you think about it, Tortilla says, "Do you think a double bacon cheeseburger would help on defense?" Mark Cavoli asking the hardcore questions, baby. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says JPJ is going to reset the market. Let's go Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says 140 plus 140 mil. Somber says, "Oh, it's definitely funky back there. Dingleberry Heaven." Or Haven. Dingleberry Haven. Tortilla says JPJ will appear in Avengers Doomsday. Bingo says, "Oh man, like when the baby blows butt soup out their back." Oh, that butt soup.
Oh.
Cody says JPJ going to have golden toilet and $50 bills to wipe his ass with. Tyrone got the emojis up, looking good. Got the game ball, the face plant, the goat, Finch's teeth, TJ, logo, Thunder, Shush, the terrible towel, brother Derpy. All looking good, Tyrone, my man. Thank you so much for your continuing support. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Sports Illustrated is Noah Strack Attack. Noah Strack Attack. Let's go here to Cody. He says this. I'll go off this list more than the other one. Pick one. Choose one. It's a crapshoot at this point.
It's a choose your own adventure.
It's a choose your own adventure. Which way do you want this to go? Let's go to Cody. He says, sorry, we did get that. Mark Malone. Need to get Benton and ASJ locked up long term. Let's go to Steel Loyal. I'm gonna lock you up, Mark. Tyrone says, depend on how Samuels plays it. Hey, you're right. Asante's, we still have a lot to see from Asante this year. And again, Benton, Mike, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Benton moving forward, but he is also trying to get a contract worked out.
Yeah.
Steel Loyal says, have you guys ever heard of Roman Wilson? If you guys ever of Roman Wilson. Somber says, LOL, here we go. Tyrone, yes, I got a seat on Sundays. Steel Loyal says, Roman Wilson saved my life. Somber says, got to see Bernard on Sundays for show. Tortilla says, Roman Wilson stole my bike. Didn't he steal Juju Smith-Schuster's bike too? And Pee-wee Herman. Let's go here to Bingo. Bingo says, Roman Wilson, Owen and Luke's lesser-known third brother. Does he have the big nose? They both have those big fucked up noses. Those.
Whoa.
Don't they? The Owens.
Yeah.
Or Owen and Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson got the fucked up nose.
Yeah. Steel Loyal said, yes, Bingo, that's the guy. You know ball. Bingo says, thank you. Thank you all. Right here, let's go to Tyrone. He says, well, Bernard is a rookie. Into Joe says, JPJ might as well give Asante Samuel Jr. lunch money. He got his position on the field, too. Tyrone says, doubt it. That's why Porter hasn't practiced one and names DB1. Once got you on that. Let's go here to Joe. Into Joe says, oh, he's taking his lunch money and position. Great seeing G. Always great seeing you on the terrible board. Stillmatic G Honda in the house. What's good, y'all? My man, thank you for being here. Welcome. Great seeing you on the terrible board. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Asante Samuel Jr. buys his cleats at the kids' Foot Locker.
That tickled me.
Yinzer Joe says might as well trade Porter for a good draft pick and maybe a good player. Tortilla Jack says JPJ holding out because he has to poop. Is he still waiting? Still waiting to get to those toilets? Yinzer Joe says these stalls are full. Cody says probably sign Porter for so much they can't afford Frazier after. Trade Samuel. Tyrone is saying, Lindsay, why would they trade him? Why would they trade him? Isn't he just depth? Tyrone says, nah, Cody, we're good. A-Rod, PQ, J-Ram, maybe Highsmith should be gone. Tyrone, Lindsay, yes, Lindsay, just trolling. She says, wait, I was lost for a second. Yinzer Joe. I'm sorry, Cody right here says, oh, my bad, Tyrone. What I meant to say was, I hope they sign Porter for so much money they can't afford Frazier.
Oh.
Let's go here to Joe. Yinzer Joe says, I want to see the schemes and fundamental. Absolutely. That's a good thing. We're talking about how discipline practices has become the change. I want to see that on the field too. I want to see the discipline on the field. I want to see less mistakes. Yes, it is preseason game 1, but again, you could still you could catch these kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see the fundamentals. I want to see how well this team is disciplined. Are they making stupid mistakes? Or is the disciplinary system working into the team? Is it, absolutely. That's a really good point. That's a really good one, Joe. Follows it up by saying trade JPJ. Let's go right here to Bingo. Bingo says Sawyer shows some flashes last year. Hopefully he continues to grow. I thought so too. Jack Sawyer, and listen, I'm not shitting on JPJ, but I do know that Jack Sawyer had more interceptions than JPJ. Again, that's just for fun. I'm sorry. Marco and the Fidel man. That's right. There you go. Castro and Rubio and Ted Cruz and all these other people. Let's go to Cody. Cody says sign JPJ. There is the website, everybody, as Mike put up there. Tortilla says Mark says trade JPJ and I want to sign him. Then Cody says sign JPJ and I want to trade him. Good show, you bastards, from Tyrone. As always, thank you, sir, my man. Always great seeing you. Pay ASJ. That's what Mark is saying. Let's go to Ty. Ty says trade Mark. ASJ's the GOAT. We did, dumbass. Pay JPJ. ASJ loves MVS. Asante Samuel Jr. didn't have a job until we paid him. Now, he was coming off his injury, though, right? Let's be fair. Let's go right here. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says, and now he is the GOAT. Mark Maloney says, you should see Derpy do a pick'em. Yeah, get in there, guys. Again, Derpy will be involved. Finchy will be involved. RB, Chop, Mike, myself. Again, we had quite a list last year of the pick'ems, guys. Do sign up. Again, you can do it just right here on the main page of our main page. Just click any logo of ours that you see. It'll take you right to the front page, and you can just click at that link right at the top. Very easy. Again, signing up under 30 seconds, if I'm remembering it right, Mike. You get in there.
Oh, it was quick. And it looks like Corey and Richard Jankowski have already signed up and got picks in.
Okay, good. I'm gonna have to get in here today. Richard and Corey already
they got picks in for week 1 already. I'm not gonna lie, so did I.
All right, I gotta get in. I gotta get in today. Let's go right here, Tyrone. I'm starting from day 1, and y'all in trouble this year. Hey, good luck, my man. I hope you do well. Bingo says the cow. Cody says he's got the goat of a Wiener Hut Jr. He's got the goat of Weenie Hut Jr. Weenie Hut Jr. Is that like a Mexican cartoon, Cody? I'm just saying I've never seen a Weenie Hut Jr. Right? I'm just guessing. Again, I'm not really sure. Let's go. Yap JPJ, Yinzer Joe. I log in Mike. Okay, we get all that. Let's go to Cody. Cody says no. AJ Asante Samuel Jr. He's the only person small enough on the team to go in there. A couple more, Mike. We will be getting ready to rounding third of the show, and I have to get a couple. I have to get to the Hall of Fame talk because there's some controversy as well. Will we see Ben on the a first ticket Hall of Fame guy? According to his play, he deserves to be there. Starting from the very moment he stepped on the field, 15-1 as a rookie. Take away the first 2 games. 13-1 as a rookie. Offensive rookie of the year. From the very beginning, he was working on his resume to become a Hall of Famer, yet still a little bit controversial. Like, some people might not think so. So we're going to get to that here still. So let me get through these messages. Before we do just that, let's go to Tortilla. Joey is going to port his junior in you if he hears you talking about him. Tortilla, let's go here to Cody. Cody says, with his Kenny Pickett hands. I do want to say welcome to Rick74. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Terrible Board, Rick. Great to see you here. Welcome. He says, if Broderick has shown some stuff, I'm going to call it a really cool comeback story given how the team has managed him. Now coming back from injury, if he solid, would love to see him. You know what? Ultimately, I would like him to be on the 53. Ultimately, if he needs to be the guy to step up and play, he's got experience. And ultimately, if we have to move him for whatever reason, I think that having a good camp from Broderick can certainly be beneficial in that area. So I'm all behind Broderick Jones. I truly am. Rick, again, at the end of the day, you kind of see what you have. He didn't get it together that well, Mike, through the first 3 years. Kind of concerning at some points for sure, at best. So I'm pulling for him. I wouldn't mind keeping him on the 53, Mike, because at the end of the day, you have to have depth. And the dude was a starter. So again, it could be worse. You could certainly be in a lot worse position.
Yeah, and he wasn't playing bad before he got injured. It looked like he was finally figuring out the position and settling down over there. So I'm all for him coming back. If he's healthy and he can play at a high level, you need depth at O-line. You never know when someone's going to get hurt, especially at tackle. He can play left, he can play right. And left tackle is one of the most important positions in the league, so why not have someone who can come in if something tragic would happen to Fatani?
For sure. Lindsay with the TJs and the Thunders on the emojis, looking great. Tyrone says, Omar said, we have a time once the season starts, we can't do contracts, so a few weeks left till we see how it goes. Get it done. And I called it last week. Like I say, they're going to get it done. They're going to get JPJ done before the start of the regular season. Again, still a few weeks to do that. That's my guess. I'm going to stay right there. I'm going to say I do believe they will get it done before the season starts. Cody says Porter is going to close the curtain in his Maybach. Is that how is that word? I'm not sure. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says it's okay. Porter isn't practicing his schemes or fundamentals. His tackling and interceptions aren't going to get better. Lindsay says this, he will be paid, Tyrone, to be patient. I agree. I think he will get it taken care of. Cody says you don't have to practice when you're the best player on the team. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Then we're in trouble. Okay, J. Cole. Guys, let's get into this final topic of the day. Let's talk about the Hall of Fame. Of course, this past weekend, Roger Craig, Larry Fitzgerald, a new group of guys, Coakley, all these guys go to the Hall of Fame. Good for them. Congratulations. You're going to be enshrined forever as a NFL football great, Mike. But let's talk about who's eligible coming up. Ben Roethlisberger, I think, should be a shoo-in. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer at the end of the day. I think his early off-the-field problems come into play with the voters. I think everything that he's done on the field is 100% deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Again, from the day he stepped in as a rookie and led the team to a 13-1 record, 14-1, whatever it was, one offensive rookie of the year, many things, finished in the top 10 all-time passing yards. Mike, is his little run-in with Little Miss Gold Digger in Atlanta or wherever the hell that was early in his career, and perhaps his motorcycle crash, both happening very early on in his career, either of these things or anything else that you could see, did they influence the voters' decision-making when it comes to Ben Roethlisberger in his first opportunity to make the Hall of Fame?
I think it's going to be more with no All-Pros, no first or second team All-Pros, no league MVPs, no votes for league MVPs, no Super Bowl MVPs. I think those right there are going to be the arguments against him. That's what I'm seeing online right now. So also I'm seeing former players saying that, hey, no one's made it, no quarterback's been to the Hall of Fame that isn't a former All-Pro. Well, yet you look at all of his stats, he's up there top 10 or better in passing stats. Instead of looking at when you watched him play, he played a different style that's not going to lend itself to all-pro awards. It wasn't a flashy style. It was a backyard football style, but he, was one of the best to ever do it. One of the best to lead teams from comebacks. The youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, the greatest rookie season of all time. But they're going to want to see those individual awards, and that's going to be the biggest knock against them.
And the thing that sucks, Mike, is a guy like Lamar Jackson, who wins no championships, who does have MVPs, could get in the Hall of Fame fast. And listen, he's not faster because he's not there yet, but he could get in the, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
With everything that just came out of your mouth, I think is, listen, it's true. It's true. This is what they are saying, but I think it's dumb. If somebody's going to sit around and say Ben Roethlisberger is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, you truly, and again, you know me, I don't like saying this, but you don't know what you're talking about. If you sat down and watched this guy play at all, you know that Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer. Again, these are all things that are made by decision. The guy had 5,000 yards, Mike, in his last couple of years when his arm was, I mean, come on, it was.
Yeah. Well, and they're also, and remember, like when his rookie year, it was all the defense doing all the work for him. But you watch those games, they were throwing the ball in the first half, building leads, and then doing the cower. We're just going to grind it out. But that gets held against him. People think he didn't do anything those first couple of years in the league. But when you go back and watch the games, he was a focal part of that offense. They were very 50-50 run pass. And then the second half, you had a lead. You just shut it down. You didn't have to inflate his stats.
This team is not where it is without Ben Roethlisberger. I'm sorry. It hasn't been. Just take Mike Tomlin, take Bill Cowher, roll them in a ball, and throw them out the window, because at the end of the day, either one of these guys have the careers that they have without Ben Roethlisberger. No. I promise you, they just – it's not even the same. You're not even mentioning these guys in Hall of Fame talks. Of course, Bill Cowher's already got his yellow jacket, but Mike, without Ben Roethlisberger, those two gentlemen are not named anything. Steelers without Ben is a whole totally different story, guys. And again, he deserves to be there 100%. But again, as Lindsay's saying, with just some of the off-field issues might be the problem with voters. I don't think it's going to come down to what he did on the field one way or the other, Mike. I think that people know he's a Hall of Famer on the field. I think, unfortunately, like Lindsay's saying, I think it's going to be stupid stuff that's not relevant to anybody. Again, one hand, people are still continuing to call Ben a rapist, which is crazy. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to catch some of that backlash from them incidences. But at the end of the day, no quarterback has ever had back-to-back 500-yard games or whatever it was. No quarterback.
Six touchdown games. Yeah.
6 touchdown games. Of course, I don't have to even tell you the list. I'm just saying all the things that that he's done that no other quarterback has ever done. Easily puts him in the Hall of Fame, and then add everything else, Mike, what he's been able to keep the Steelers afloat his whole career. Never had a losing season as a quarterback. You have to put that out there because, again, you did it for the coach. You might as well have to do it for the quarterback. So many things say that this guy belongs in Canton. So let's move to another player, Mike. Le'Veon Bell was just a really good running back. I seen this somewhere, and you know what? I couldn't agree more. Le'Veon Bell is not a Hall of Famer. He didn't have the longevity of his career. He could have been a Hall of Famer had he had more longevity, had he been more consistent. Again, I just think that his career fell too short for him to even consider being in this conversation.
I have Lev Bell as a Hall of Famer. We saw the talent when he played. He was a Hall of Fame talent. It's the impact. He changed, kind of like Hines Ward, changed the way the position is played. Before Lev Bell, like if you hesitated, coaches were, no, you're done, you're out. You see the hole, hit the hole. He's changed the way running backs have played the game. I think for his play alone and for the way he revolutionized the position, he should eventually get into the Hall of Fame.
Until then, he's a Hall of Very Good, as you would have Hines Ward, Mike. But ultimately, I just don't know if he has enough. He has enough longevity in his career. That's fair. But right now, I have him in the Hall of Very Good. I just don't think he deserves to be in this conversation about first ballot. Early on like this. So no for me on him. And finally, Antonio Brown, Mike, the last one. His numbers certainly land him in the Hall of Fame. Everything else, not so much, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep him out of the Hall, Mike. I think Antonio Brown deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I think Antonio Brown even deserves to be in the first ballot Hall of Fame. I don't think he will. But ultimately, I think Antonio Brown belongs there. Mike, who gets in the Hall of Fame first, Ben Roethlisberger or Antonio Brown?
Big Ben, and the only thing holding AB back is he quit on the team mid-game. You walked off the field mid-game. If you finish out that season, even if it was a disappointing season, and everything else happened off the field, you're still going in the Hall of Fame because you didn't quit on your team. You quit on your team, that's going to be held against you forever. You know, like Anthony Richardson going, I need a breather. I can't run this next play at quarterback. He's never going to come back for that. He's seen as a quitter. AB quit on the team mid-game.
Even
that's going to hold him out for.
See, the two guys are two totally ends of the spectrum, though. One guy had a Hall of Fame career. The other guy has not done anything yet. So, again, at the end of the day, how do you look at the guy who literally has Hall of Fame numbers?
You're a quitter. You quit on your team in the middle of a game due to selfish reasons. That's going to get held against you. And that happened between the white lines of the game, so that should be taken into consideration. But he's arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time. Should have been a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer. I would vote for him first ballot. I know what he did. Yeah, the man, he is nuts. He's crazy. But he put it together in those games. And, maybe football, you got to take into account too. Like, he had off the field issues well before those head hits. But, did that help lead to his decision to how he walked off the field?
Mike, does his decision to walk off the field harm his chances more than Bill Belichick's cheating and getting caught cheating? Because, again, you walk off the team, you walk off the field, that's one thing. You cheated to win championships, and we know it. It's not even a speculation anymore. Yeah. Mike, for this reason, does Bill Belichick never get in?
Oh, Bill Belichick will get in probably this year. I think AB is going to have to wait a long, long time. It will be held against AB a whole hell of a lot more than Belichick.
All right. There you
Players
go.
are held to higher standards than coaches.
All right, let's see what everybody's saying on the board. I'm just interested to see what people's opinions are on this matter. Again, it's going to be – listen, we want them all there. We're Steeler fans. I want them all there. But at the end of the day, that's not how it's going to go. And that we are going to make – it's going to be a rocky road because, of course, there's our Steelers. And this has just kind of been the theme lately. Let's continue on the board right here, too. I'm going to go – right here is where we are. Tyrone says, I log in, but I don't see the... Okay, he got it. You got it. Good deal. Tyrone is set up as well. Lindsay says, Ben's off-the-field issues might prevent it. Tortilla says this, Ben is the reason we have only 5 bathroom stalls.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tortilla.
Let's go here. Let's go to... Lindsay says, I don't agree with that, but if he doesn't, that's probably why, to be honest. Bingo says, oof, guys. So, again, it will be something that we're going to be hearing a lot of moving forward. Again, I think that Ben had a career that was one of the best, certainly better than we've ever had here in Pittsburgh. Some might say, well, Terry won 4, but as far as quarterback play and numbers, Ben was head and shoulders better than Terry. So, winning a couple Super Bowls, I think he makes it at the end of the day. And that's the kind of question you could ask about Coach T, too. Where does he fall? Bill Belichick won 55 Super Bowls, it seemed like, and he had a hard time getting in on the first time. Like, where does that land Coach T when it's all said and done?
Yeah.
I mean, he's never won, talking about accomplishments, he never won a Coach of the Year.
Yeah. So, he should have.
And Ben should, of course, been in
he should have been.
All-pro games, all-pros, and absolutely.
Yeah, Big Ben should have been Super Bowl MVP in that Arizona game. And it was robbed from him, too. It's all about, who the media likes and who the media doesn't. That's what sucks about the Hall of Fame game. You have to play the game throughout your career. You have to be super nice to the media because they'll remember that shit and fuck you over in the end.
Yes. For some reason, my board up here stopped taking messages, so I'm going to scoot over here for just a second because I do see more right here where Lindsay says, yeah, he's not getting in. That is, I think, the Antonio Brown. She follows it up by saying, pretty sure he has an attempted murder charge. That's right. He does have something crazy going on, right?
Yeah, so did Ray Lewis.
Yeah, a lot of people. Let's go right here. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, slaying fools with his sick bars. LOL, guys. So, again, that be where we are. The Steelers, Mike, wrapping up today, they Did have somewhat of a practice. Again, early on, it was what happened? It was raining, and they moved indoors, so that went down. IMAX not on the practice field today. He did have pads on. He was doing some individual work. That is IMAX. And again, Michael Pittman Jr. injuring his right leg, doesn't seem to be serious. He missed a little time today. The Steelers will be back at it tomorrow as they prepare for the Green Bay Packers, which is coming in just 3 days. If you could believe that, guys, they'll be back out there tomorrow. The parking lot opens at 8:15. The gates open at 8:30. Practice is due to start at roughly 11:20 tomorrow. It should be in front of the public once again. It's 100% free. Get over to St. Vincent College in Latrobe in Westmoreland County, guys, to check out the Steelers training camp. They won't be there much longer after the Packers game. They have like 3 days left, and then after that, they'll be back on the south side getting ready for their second preseason game. So this is just kind of where we sit right now, but they will be back at camp tomorrow. And again, Mike, Thursday, 7 o'clock, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be hosting Green Bay. And just crazy that it plays out that this is Aaron's old team and this is Coach Mak's old team, and it's all coming together to get us ready for this football season in Game 1, preseason style, baby, this Thursday, 7 o'clock.
You can taste it.
You can taste it.
Right around the corner. I cannot wait.
Mike, why don't you tell everybody about the website?
Head on over to the2Yinzers.com. We got, if you're sort of thing, got the links to the merch store. We got all of our social media links over there. And we also have articles every week. There will be fresh articles on certain times throughout the week. I just put one up Friday, so check that one out. Probably have a new one up tomorrow as well. We'll definitely have one up the day of the game. Try to have 2 to 3 up a week. So check it out at the2Yinzers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. Lots of cool stuff over there. As Mike said, www.d2yinzers.com. That's www.d2yinzers.com. There is the merchandise store. Plenty of articles from the guys. Do go check it out today, www.d2yinzers.com. Question of the day, Mike, put on your thinking hat. Everybody at home, everybody on the board, get them thinking hats on, because today, Mike, is a Green Bay Packers Steeler question of the day. Of course, during the season, we do questions about the opposing team during the week leading up to, and this is a opposing team and the Steelers today. So put on your thinking caps, as this is in regards to the Steelers Packers and their history. Here we go. Question of the day. In the Super Bowl era, who holds the lead in this series? The Packers or the Steelers? In the Super Bowl era, 1967 to 2026, who holds this series lead? I'm going to give you a hint. You ready for your hint? Green Bay holds the overall lead, 21-17. Green Bay holds the overall. Now, this goes all the way back to the 30s.
Yeah.
So the hint of the day is Green Bay leads all time, 21-17 in this series. The question, though, is which one of these teams holds the series lead in the Super Bowl era, 1967 to 2026, guys. If you think you know it, you have a guess, do throw it up on the board, Mike. I'm seeing a lot of people right out the cut is they are throwing out the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are saying the Steelers. I'm seeing Tortilla. I'm seeing Lindsay. I'm seeing Ty. Mike, what is your thought process on this question? Again, the Packers all time hold the record 21-17, but in the Super Bowl era, who has more wins?
Let me go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. For as long as I remember, like, we've seemed to hold our own against them. Like, even with those games when Packers were winning Super Bowls with Favre, I remember we played them and like we were supposed to get blown out. I think we won against them. So I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Bingo. No, it's cool today, Bingo. Today is cool. Today is cool. Only on Friday, and again, it will only be this Friday as well. You can jump in as soon as the question's asked. On Fridays, we're just trying something different, so that's what that was all about. But you could throw it up there. I see Tyrone. I'm seeing Lindsay. I'm seeing Tortilla. Bingo. Even Ralph. What's up, Ralph? Great seeing your brother on the terrible board, as always, my man. He says Steelers have more wins, Mike. So you're in good company. Everybody's saying the Steelers hold this edge. So you're going to stick with that?
I'm going to stick with that.
Even Chris Fish jumps in right now and says Steelers for certain. So does that make you more confident?
Makes me more confident. If Chris Fish is saying it, I'm there.
I'm right there with you. Let me go ahead and log you in. So you're logging in on this as your final answer.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Nobody Nobody has the Packers, actually, Mike, of the general consensus. Here's the question of the day. Who holds the series lead in the Super Bowl era, the Packers or the Steelers? And your hint is this, guys. Green Bay leads the all-time series 21-17. Mike says the Steelers. Everybody says the Steelers, as a matter of fact. Nobody picked the Packers. And I got to be honest with you, nobody got it wrong. It is correct. The Pittsburgh Steelers do hold the lead in the Super Bowl era, 11 games to 7. 11 wins to 7 in the Super Bowl era. So from Super Bowl I, where Green Bay, they beat Kansas City, all the way till the Super Bowl that you just watched, Mike, the Steelers beat Green Bay more times than they beat us in the Super Bowl era. And Lindsay, you are always right. There she is. Never a question. You should have known, Mike, right when you seen the Lindsay.
Should have known. Yeah, well, whoever Lindsay goes with, I'm going to go with, but she's never wrong.
And she's also saying, no, Tyrone, don't take my shit. Guys, so that is it. Good job. The Steelers is the answer of the day to the question of the day. Guys, we have a preseason football game in just over 3 days. That's right, 3 days in about 3 hours and 22 minutes, if you want to be more exact about that. Again, Lindsay with the emojis looking good. She got her Thunder up there. She got TJ up there. Guys, preseason game 3 days away. The Steelers opening up against the Atlanta Falcons just 34 days away. We have 3 games to squeeze in this period of time, guys. This means there's going to be crazy, mad football for us, and all 3 of these preseason games will be nationally televised, so that will certainly help out as well with Steeler Nation. Somber says, fucking finally, I couldn't agree with you more, brother. I'm ready. Let's see what else. There's Finch's teeth on the board. A few things as we do start getting ready to wrap things up for the day. I do want to say these things. As you are getting ready for some football this week, guys, do consider stopping and getting yourself some Duquesne Pilsner for the big game this week. It is now available in 6 and 12 packs at Giant Eagle, also wherever cases are sold. The people at Duquesne Pilsner always do good for us, so we try to do good for them in return. We ask you to give them a hand. Perhaps you're not a big beer drinker. That's fine. You swing over, check out their social media, hit the follow, hit some likes. They will certainly appreciate it. All guys, we always have Duquesne Pilsner here in the studio on tap for whatever event comes along, made right here in Western Pennsylvania. It says on the can, Mike, grab a Duke. Also, if you are checking them out on social media as well, you might as well check us out. We're all over the place. We're on Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the Two Dumb Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And finally, if you haven't had a chance yet, do hit the like button. Hit it right down there below. Hit the like button, the sub, the share, leave a comment. As I was saying earlier, it just helps things get pushed out. The impressions, the likes, the comments, the subs, the shares, it just helps push the show further out into the algorithm and gets put in front of more eyes. So again, we certainly appreciate all that as well. Guys, what else do we got, Mike? We got a game in a couple days.
Yes, we do. We got a game Thursday night. I can't wait. I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Tyrone's got his McDonald's. Which is weird to see. Maybe he's not back to the Taco Bell yet. What else we got? What do you have hanging off of your? Oh yeah, is that a pen you got hanging out of your? Oh, okay. Is that the new look?
Hell yeah, it is.
Let's continue on. Let's go to also. Oh, and I do want to mention it's all free, guys. Following the page, liking, subbing, commenting, it's cost nothing. And it all helps out, guys. Thank you so much. And I do want to say, separate from the subs, if you would like to become a member, get a membership of the show like you see a lot of people have on the board. You do see the green names. You do see the personalized emoticons. You can jump on for $1.99 a month. $1.99 a month. There's no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. But you can also have access to all these. Also, the badges that are next to people's names, and anything that does come along. It will be in the membership section, guys. It will be directly involved with that. So again, that is out there. It's only $1.99. It has nothing to do with the subscriptions. The membership and the subscriptions are different. Subscriptions are 100% free. So again, do hit the sub button. Hit the sub, likes, comments, shares, all that fun stuff. It certainly helps us out. We'll be back tomorrow to get into more, Mike, with the Steeler game will only be two 2 days away when we come back tomorrow. So we got a lot to get into tomorrow. Try to figure out what the Steelers got accomplished today as they got chased inside due to inclement weather. We'll try to figure out what it was they got done, and all the up-to-date information we'll get back at it tomorrow as we prepare for Thursday. Also, I do want to say Pirates, Mike, they lose the series to the Mets. It looks like they're falling. It looks like they're falling fast. The Pirates down to 58-62 after at least being able to manage a 500 record for the most of the season, down 4 games under 500. They start a new 3-game series with the Marlins down in South Florida tomorrow.
Stick a fork in them. They're done.
And finally, Mike, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they finished in a 0-0 draw with the Sacramento Republic team on Saturday. They'll be hosting the Charleston Battery this coming Saturday. That is a 7 o'clock start. Let me grab a couple more messages here before we do take off. Christopher says, I will give you guys my top 5 players to watch against Green Bay tomorrow. Sounds good. We're waiting for that. Can't wait. Chris. Also, Tyrone says, got me McDonald's. Let's go. Catch you guys. Just did my picks. Here we go. Thank you for that. Tortilla, did you get your JPJ toy with your Happy Meal? Where is TJ, Mike, is what Lindsay's asking. Finally, Somber says, this Stephon Diggs spotted chatting with Jaden Daniels' mom. Full practice. Of course, Washington having all kind of shit going on this offseason, Mike.
Hey, it's not us. That's all I care about.
Yes, for sure. They got all kind of problems. Just 2 years ago, they were in the NFC Championship game. The Commanders were. Now you're losing players. They got all kind of things going on over there now. So who knows what's going on with Washington? Again, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to get into all this stuff and so much more. Mike, your thoughts on this show before we wrap it up?
Take anything the media says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
That's what we learned in this episode. And hey, Brojo, ball out so we can trade you. Or start you. One of the two.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, man. And right here, Tortilla is saying, isn't his mom the one who keeps him away from most women? How ironic. Whatever happened to Zach Wilson? Wasn't he banging everybody's mom?
He's the cougar hunter.
Yeah. I do think that be it. I do want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out with us, checking us out today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I do want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You guys always keep things interesting here on the show. You are the lifeblood of this show, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you to the board. Also, everybody that's at home listening, watching, maybe you're in the car, maybe you're at the gym, whatever the case may be, thank you as well. Again, we'll be back tomorrow to get into it, guys, as the countdown just gets a little bit closer. We're finally 3 days away from the first preseason game against the Packers, 34 days away from the Atlanta Falcons, both here at Pittsburgh. So much coming up, guys. So, again, we hope to see everybody back tomorrow. I do believe that's everything for me today. Mike, anything else for you before we roll?
Great day, everyone. Have a great, magical Monday.
I think I got everything here, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. This is Packers week. We hope to see everybody tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for everything, guys. Again, don't forget, back on our main page, hit that link. Get in on the CBS Pick'ems. This will be starting real soon. We already have guys and gals that got their picks in. Don't wait too much longer on that. Get in on that, which that is also 100% free as well. It's a lot of fun. Jump in and get on that, guys. Do hit the likes and subs and all those other fun things as well on your way out. And again, thank you so much for everything that you do. We're so excited to move forward with everybody, and all your support, guys, is just uberly appreciated. We're so pumped up and ready to get into this season with you having our back and us having your back, guys. It's going to be a big one for us and our Pittsburgh Steelers here in Steeler Nation. I think that's everything, guys. Mike, I'm going to come around one more time. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Have a great day, everyone.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, we hope to see everybody back tomorrow for Finch, for RB, for Chop, for Derpy, for Mike, myself, the two-time Yinzers. Everybody have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.